Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Tell me, what's on your mind?
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your
Oh,
mind?
say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind? Hey,
Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me.
What's your topic, sir? You ready to go, Jen? You was cutting up on that one, girl.
Shit, what you thinking, what you thinking?
what's on your
Shit,
mind?
what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your
Shit,
mind?
what you thinking, what you thinking?
Tell me, what's on your
Shit,
mind?
what you thinking, what you thinking?
Hey, what's on your
Oh, say
mind?
what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you
Linda,
thinking?
Hey, what's on your mind?
Say what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your
Say
mind?
what you thinking, what you thinking?
What's on your mind? Hey,
You know you love me. Hey y'all, welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Gates Recap. Tonight is just not any night. It's a Friday night. It's our family feud and fish fry. Oh, go man. And I'm your host, Miss Jen, your gatekeeper in chief. If you like to gossip about them doggone Duprees the way that we do, then baby, you have found your happy space. Before we get started, let me give a big shout out to our moderators and say hello to the mod squad, as we call them around here. Hey, mod squad, and to Tony Lynn. Tony Lynn, where you at? We miss you so much. And Raven Maniac ain't been around these doors in a long time. I'm about to drop him an email, see what's going on. Because we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's going on. And we have not been patiently and pondering the events of the week as he sip his BTGT over here. As he try to take his seat and be discreet while we sip on our BTGT. Where you at, Raven? Where you at? All right. So thank you, mods, for everything that you do. And to those of you in the replay gang, remember to hang out with us tonight too. On your own over there. Type down, just get dog and bite with yourself down in the comments. It don't matter. And because you're in the replay gang, you get to hype the video. Was just swipe in the comments section, just swipe it on over to the left, swipe it again, and then you can hype the video. And I don't know what that do, but it do something because that's the reason why YouTube put it on here. But whatever it is, we wants to do it. So get the hyping, okay? Let me put y'all comments on stage so that because Friday night ain't about me, it's about y'all. I did not get up until 1:30 today. And the show come on at 1. So I was already 30 minutes lost. Today has been a whirlwind day for me. I have been missing sleep. I told y'all that. My body didn't. I ain't even hear my alarm go off. My body was like, we hear nothing. We know nothing. We don't know nothing. All right, y'all. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and ring the ding-a-ding-ding bell so you don't miss any of our Beyond the Gates content. Now, tonight after the recap, we're going to open up for the family feud and fish fry, but you already know how it's got to happen to unlock the panel. You got to either send a super sticker, a super chat, a membership, or gift a membership, or you can hit the cash app. Which two of you have already done? Where my other phone at so I can tell y'all who that was. Hold on 1 second, please. Please hold while I tell you who did that. Miss Rhonda Reed is already one of our sponsors tonight, and so is Tiffany Felker. Thank you so much for being two of the sponsors for tonight. We appreciate you big time. Thank you. And because theirs went straight to the Cash App, I ain't got to get nobody a little piece. I ain't got to get nobody a little piece. But thank you, Rhonda Reed, for your $5 Cash App, and also Tiffany Felker for your $5 Cash App as well. I appreciate you guys for that. I see that we have some others down here too. Where's my paper and pen? I have to write y'all's names down. I do not. I don't like to play around about y'all sponsorships now. So we got Tiffany Felker and Rhonda Reed on the Cash App. Hit the Cash App if you want to thank me. I had a whole song about that. And YouTube was like, nah, because I took it from the song, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. But that thing was good. That thing was bumping. They was like, "No, girl, no." I was like, "Can't even have no fun over here. Y'all ain't no fun." All right, let me scroll back up and get some of these comments. But anyway, once we hit our number, and I feel like we're gonna have some good arguments because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all ain't gonna like what I got to say at the end of this thing. You ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it, baby. But I don't even care because I feel how I feel. And that's how I feel. Okay. But anyway, once we hit the sponsorship, we're gonna drop the link at the end. And baby, we got a lot to say about what happened this week because Beyond the Gates has had us arguing all week long over here and down here in this comment section. But listen, tonight is Friday, so you are allowed to lock in your caps. Man, we've been worried about you. I was about to send you an email tomorrow. I ain't playing. It's gonna be like, man, listen, where you at and how you doing? You know, we done had Tony drop out. We don't know where he at. We ain't about to have all this out of you. So we glad. And you know, I don't know if you was pulling for the Knicks or not. Were you pulling for the Knicks? Were you? Let us know. Was that your team? Because I was glad that they won. You know, I ain't no dog in the race, but I just want them to win because they hadn't won in so long. And New York is so happy. I'm so happy for New York. I am. I mean, you know, Chicago has won so many championships. You know, we don't really need another one for a while. You know, we done won 10, 15, 20, 75, 99, 62 championships. We got a lot of them. And you know, we got them back to back to back, you know. we got so many. We don't need no more. We really don't. We good. We good for a while. We good. We good. Okay. Anyway, um, Beyond the Gate has had us arguing all week long. They really have. And hold on. Why are you not going back? Hold on, then. You wanna hold on. Let me see if I can pull this back up again. Hold on, I'm trying to get just a second. I'm trying to get my comments in order so I can see you guys' comments coming in real time. Okay, I think I'm caught up now. All right, so should Kat have donated a portion of her liver to Eva? Some of y'all said yes. Some of y'all said no. Some of y'all said absolutely not. And some of y'all said if it was Leslie asking, she'd have to ask somebody else. Well, tonight we finally got our answer. Okay, is she gonna do it or not? So grab your fish, grab your tea, grab your tartar sauce, and let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about it. All right, now, before we do that, let me say hey to who in here. And I ain't gonna be what I tell y'all every Friday. I ain't gonna be up in here with y'all all night long. Now, I really do got stuff I got to do. I got to be playing with y'all. I really don't. I had a chance to check out my girl Shay Renee's live this morning for a minute, girl. You don't know I was half in, half out because I was sleeping it deep, deep, deep. That might have been around the time I woke up and went back to sleep, girl. But I was glad to see her on because she's one of my favorite content creators on here. And also, y'all know I like my girl Erica Vine and what she do. And that's whether if I'm watching them or not. I'm subscribed. I'm in their membership. And that's if I got time to watch it or not. I'm gonna support them two sisters. I am because they're my girls. Okay. I don't know too many other people ain't got nothing to say about nobody against somebody else. I'm just saying these two, the two I know. So I'm just saying, you know. All right, and go over there and subscribe to their channels and things, please. And thank you. All right, now let me see which one of y'all down here talking and typing down in my comments. And does anybody have their capitals locked in? Because let me put my thing on cap right now. If I type anything, it's gonna be in caps to y'all tonight. Because I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me see who down here.
Who's that typing in the comments?
Well, I'll tell you who's typing in the comments, honey. First of all, there is Miss Linda Bias Barnett, and she says, good evening to everybody. Good evening to you too as well. KB Mommy's in the house. Hey, KB, that's my girl, KB. KB says, it's hello to everyone as well. And Rhonda Reed is in the house. Hey, Miss Rhonda, how you doing? And your grandbaby Antigone. KB Mommy says, welcome to everyone to our Friday night family fish fry. Smash that like button, subscribe on your way in, grab a seat, and join us in the chat. Peggy says, hi everyone. I'm ready. Hi, Miss Jen, the moderators, and everyone. Happy Friday night recap. She got her teacup out. She's ready. Peggy has decided to also be one of our sponsors, and she's hit us with a $4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much, Peggy, for that. Ishante, who is usually down in the replay gang, has made it in there with us tonight, and also has sent a $9.99 super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She's also decided to be. I guess this is a she. Right? Let me know if I'm wrong, because I can't tell you. Shante could be, So it says, hey, Miss Jen, I never had a show make me shed so many good child. I think everybody had decided. That this gonna be the one. We gonna get 2-3 episodes in here. We all gonna get put on for a daytime Emmy. Cause even Isaiah, his daddy, his mama, Leslie, Kat, Anita, Danny, Bill, Haley old big head self. Who else I'm gonna say? Give an honorable mention to. Even Andre. Ashley when she was going through. Grayson, we already know. And just so many. So many. Coretta J5V says, good evening, Miss Jen, mods, gatekeepers, happy Friday and Juneteenth. All right. Coretta says, I meant Juneteenth. Sorry about the typo. We ain't paying no attention to no typos over here. We ain't that kind of bullshit. Well, now listen though. Now Linda and Below DD though, they is a little bullshit. It's a little bullshit, especially on spelling, child. They know all the big words they be using, all pontificating, proliferating stuff. They got to use all the big words. Okay, and then sometimes Raven Maniac be on that too. And every blue moon, Jasmine get on it too. They just a Coretta J5V also sends a $5 super sticker, says, I want to be a sponsor too. Count me in the number. And thank you very much. Myrtle Tister is in the house also and says, hello, Miss Jen, gatekeepers into the mods. Okay, let's see who else. I want to go so fast I miss anybody. Belinda's in the house. Our office of the doggone like button says, good evening, Miss Jen, Tony Lynn, Elaine T, gatekeepers, and Mod Squad. Happy Juneteenth Fish Friday. Fish Friday. Isn't it fitting that we having the Fish Fry on Friday since it's Juneteenth anyway? Okay. So she says, happy Juneteenth Fish Fry Friday. Woohoo. Of course, I hit the like, just like they knew. It's like they knew to give us a good episode where we can windmill down here tonight. Ain't they, didn't it? Come on, BTG writers. All right, let's see who else we got. Venice is in the house and says, hey, Miss Jen, mods and gatekeepers. Hey, girl, how you doing? Lightning Storm is in the house and says, good evening, gatekeepers. I made it after all. Can't wait for the big cat debate. Oh, you ain't go out into the bar. You were supposed to go out and shake it up tonight. Ooh, show me how to party right. You were supposed to be out there shaking it up tonight. Charlene Wheeler's in the house and says, good evening, Miss Jen in chat. Hello, Charlene Wheeler. Charlene, is this your first time coming in the chat? Let us know. So we can give you your official welcome. Although I think I've seen your name, but let me know. Linda says, I bought salmon and shrimp croquettes with a large spring green salad. I do need some salad because I've been trying to unfat my back. Okay. And feta cheese, candied walnuts. I can't handle candied walnuts because it'll set me off on some more stuff. Strawberries, raspberry vinaigrette dressing. Okay, that sounds good. Did you make some rice by chance with them salmon? Oh, you got shrimp croquettes and salmon. Okay, Simon, did you make some rice? Did you make a little rice with that? I'm just asking. Venice says, I made homemade chicken salad for the crew. Girl, thank ya. Let me see who else is in here. Hold on. Belinda says, I bought plenty of smoked barbecue ribs, red hot links, baked beans, potato salad, homemade vanilla ice. You know what, Miss Belinda, you trying to tempt me because I want to call back there in the kitchen and tell them to put me aside some of that vanilla ice cream so bad, but I had to wait when I unbig my back. I'm gonna get some. All right, now, girl, you already know. Save me some, Linda said. Lightning Storm says, I was going to bring an old triple layer chocolate cake. You know what? Thank you. I done broke up with, see, Lightning Storm, we here. I can't have no chocolate right now, but I'm going to put chocolate back in my life eventually. But right now, me and chocolate, we got to break up. We got to stay broke up because I don't want to be this size right now. I'm tired. Listen, I'm through grieving. I'm through being sad. I'm through. She don't want it no more. I want to be cute. I'm cute now. You know, in my opinion, I'm cute, big or small, but I'm saying I want to really, be dipping it and doing it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so I bought a fruit tart. Thank you so much, Lightning Storm. You are so very thoughtful. All right. Linda says, okay, y'all talking about some more stuff. Myrtle Tister is also one of our sponsors tonight, and she has hit us with a $3 super sticker. I thank you very much for that as well. E Daddy says, hello, gatekeepers. Hello to you too, E Daddy. Hold on. I was trying to put that up, but it wouldn't let me click on it. Okay. The best weeks in BT. Yeah, these weeks have been just, oh my God. Raven Maniac is one of our sponsors for tonight. It says, under the Friday night lights, there will be no debauchery and no fights. But we do need to open the gates for the late night debates. Thank you. And we've missed you so much, Raven Maniac. So glad to have you back. Jasmine Williams says, hey, y'all. Hey, Jasmine. And then he said, Raven says, hello, fellow gatekeepers and Miss John and Mod Squad. I'm over here patiently and poignantly pondering the events of the week. As I take my seat, I will try to be discreet while I sip on some sweet BTG tea. BTG tea. Var says, R.I.P. Cat. Get out of here. Cat ain't going nowhere, child. Raven says, hey, everybody was rooting for the Knicks. Oh, you was rooting for the Knicks. Why you over there rooting for them for? Why? Rhonda says, Ted, Martin, Isaiah, all of them ninjas can kick rocks barefoot. Thank you, Jasmine, for being one of our sponsors as well. And let's see. I was supposed to hang out with my daughter, but she got other plans and we're doing that tomorrow. Oh, that's nice. That's sweet. I miss hanging out with my daddy. I do. My daddy was a hoot in a time, child. It was funny. My daddy. Now I get my sense of humor from my daddy. My daddy was funny and could imitate anybody. Okay, now let me go back up and make sure that I've highlighted these super stickers because I don't think they're all highlighted. So let me make sure that that's done. Did the number change? Yes. Ishante. Yes. Okay. And Coretta. Yes. Okay. And let's see. I don't know how I feel about all this love and appreciation. Now y'all gonna make me cry. Okay, let's see. And Myrtle, do we have yours? Yes, yours is already highlighted. Let's see. Raven Maniac, I'm sure this is highlighted, right? Yes. Okay. And I don't want to miss nobody when I'm going back down the line. Okay. Jasmine, yes, hers is highlighted. Okay. All right. And so the only person I have to remember to add to the list is Tiffany Falker. Let me just write it in here and then highlight it, and then it'll be in the list. See, that's how I do that. Okay. TIFFA. Oh, I shouldn't have said the whole name. Sorry. Oops. My bad. Okay. All right. Okay. So usually I don't make mistakes like that, y'all. So, okay. Okay. So I'm just going to do it that way. All right. So let's do it this way and do it on the that way. Okay. So I got all of my sponsors listed. Just because we made it to 5 don't mean it only had to be 5. Y'all can still let them use you. It's Friday, it's Juneteenth and everything. Don't act like you don't know. Act like you got some. I don't know. All right, y'all. With that, we're gonna lock these gates and get into it because I ain't about to be in here with y'all all night. It's 9:30, so y'all got 10:30, 11:30. Y'all got till 12 at the latest, and then we up out of her. Okay, we up out of her. So I'm gonna try to keep my thing short so we can just get on to what y'all got to talk about. Okay, because I know you can't know. Gatekeepers, it's time for our daily dose of Beyond the Gates Unlocked. Okay, I'm trying to see why can't I hear in my ears like on here. Oh, okay, maybe that's what it is. Okay, let me hit this again so I can check you guys. Gatekeepers, it's time for our daily dose of Beyond the Gates Unlocked. Okay, I don't know why it's doing it that way, but that's okay. All right, this episode opens up. My pictures are all mixed around, you guys, so it's going to take me a minute to find those. So give me a second. Y'all ain't over here for that no way. Y'all over here. The episode opened up. I didn't get pictures of everything either. The episode opens up with Vernon and Anita discussing the tornado's aftermath, and they're looking out the window, and Leslie's house has officially been destroyed. Anita and Vernon immediately start talking about helping her and all the other people in the neighborhood who have been hurt by this. And one thing I will say about the Duprees is that they are not that kind of petty. They may not like you, they may not agree with you, but if you need help, they are going to show up. They are going to show up. I think my family is a lot like that. We can put aside stuff to be like, let's just do what needs to be done, what the right thing to do here, you know. And sometimes you just got to put pettiness to the side and care about people at their core. Meanwhile, Leslie is growing increasingly frustrated that Kat is taking her time deciding whether she's going to donate or not. And Ted quickly reminds everybody that Kat has the right to make her own decision. And honestly, Nicole spent the entire episode being the president of the Leave Cat Alone Society. She did. She was like, leave her alone, let her make up her own mind. Every time somebody started pressuring Kat, Nicole was like, no, stop, leave the girl alone. Okay. Now, at the hospital, Chelsea tries to convince Isaiah to go get him some rest, and he said, absolutely not. I'm not leaving either side. And honestly, Tomas ain't did half of what Isaiah did. Tomas. Even though I know her situation just popped up, you know, I'm sorry, sir. But even when you came in the room, all you was like, I see you on the other side, mamacita, and we're going to play some games. You know, you could have stayed out my room with that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, you know, I mean, we should be comparing them because they apples and oranges, day and night, up and down, okay? Martin tells Nicole that if Kat doesn't help and something happens to Eva, she will never forgive herself, which is true though. Y'all may not hear it like hearing it, but that is true. You don't turn your back on helping people and then think that you're just gonna skate out like that. That's not the way it goes. That is not the way it goes. That stuff will stay with you, just the same as her grandmother did point that out to her. She's like, you can do what you want, but I don't want to see you go through. She told her, just like in The Color Purple, I don't want you to trade places with what I've been through. I know what it like, Miss Celie, to want to sing and have it beat at you. She done told her. She said, girl, I don't think you want to go through that now, but if that's what you choose, then that's what you choose. And I get that, okay? Now, I like to say there's an elephant in the room. All these people leaning on Kat to do the right thing, but there is a long list who also didn't get to, oop, you better say that. Because I certainly thought that Nick O was going to get tested. And Nicole stood right over there and was like, maybe you got to be a certain age, but no, I don't think so, girl. Because Ted got to, I mean, you know. But wait a minute. But let's not forget, though, that Kat about to get into a boompa-de-doomp. And when she get into the boompa-de-doomp, maybe her mama going to come through there to offer some blood work for something for that. And it's going to be like, no match. And she going to be like, what you mean not a match? That's my baby. We just keep hoping. We need that storyline to come down the pipeline, please, and thank you. But okay. Anyway, Nicole and Martin says that if Kat doesn't help and something happens to her, she's going to be mad at herself forever. Nicole checks him. She tells him that he's projecting his own feelings onto Kat. And honestly, she wasn't wrong. But I mean, you know, he was. He was. Meanwhile, Haley is losing her mind trying to get back home. First of all, I thought she needed to get back in there because she wanted to get in there and get her drops back. Let me see if I got any pictures of her and Bill. I'm not sure if I did or not. No, I didn't because I didn't even know they were on the show like that today. Because I woke up at 1:30. The show was halfway over. Okay, so anyway, she's in a tizzy to get back home. She need to hear him get home. And the first thing I thought was she needs to get back to them drops. So she calls Randy once Bill leaves because Bill's like, go get you a massage and calm down. I mean, my Lord, you acting like you've been rich all your life. You acting like you've been tired of girl. You just got here to the rich party. Well, that's what he was trying to tell her, girl. Stop acting like you the Duprees. You ain't one of them. So when she tells Randy that she's staying at the Bowman Hotel and there's no safe for her quote unquote special juice. Special juice. What is the special juice? Do you have your drops? Do you need the drops? Are the drops in a safe? At this point, the gatekeepers need a flow chart. We need to know where the drops are at all times, ma'am, because we're not sure if you got the drops and you need to get in there to get them out the safe, or is you trying to get in there and get them back in the safe? Do the drops have to be refrigerated? We got questions about these drops, girl. Because in the end, I think your cousin gave you some water. Now, Naomi later on catches Haley on the phone with one of her suspicious phone calls. And Haley claims that she was just upset about Derek. Girl, if you don't go, how many times is we going to use the "we sad about Derek" excuse? How many more times is somebody going to be sad about Derek? Hold on a second. Girl, Derek ain't like you. He ain't mess with you like that. He was nice to you one little time, and you want to talk about somebody, but he was still my friend. Girl, you wouldn't know a friend if a friend walked up and hit you in the head. Because didn't you just ask your cousin to take out your best friend, girl? I'm just saying, girl, you don't know nothing about friendship, and friendship definitely don't know you. You don't care about Derek, Bill, and nobody else. And then when Naomi tries to be supportive and agrees to meet with her later, the minute she walked away, did y'all see Haley roll her eyes like, girl, I can't stand you ever. See, Naomi, this is what you get. Naomi, you be gatekeeping for the wrong stuff, girl. You don't you call yourself no gatekeeper. We don't want to get mixed up with your kind of gatekeeperism. We do not. We do not. Your kind of gatekeeper ain't our kind of gatekeeper. Okay? So, because every time you learn a little something, you don't say nothing. You just sit over there all quiet like a church mouse. You do. But at either rate, she done rolled her eyes on you. She was like, I would really love to talk with you. And you know what, Haley, you can't make up your mind either, because just 257 episodes ago, you was talking about how you wish you and Naomi was still close because I do miss her friendship. And then when she gives you a little olive branch of friendship, you gonna roll your big head eyes and then talking about some girl, just gone. Or maybe she meant that eye rolling about Derek. I could be wrong. Maybe she meant that she didn't really want to have to sit there and fake all that fakery about feeling anything about Derek. You think? Because it certainly sounds like it. Now, back at the hospital, Kat finally gets her test results, and yes, she's a match. Meanwhile, Leslie gets devastating news. They thought Eva was getting a liver, and the liver went to somebody else. And Leslie like to lost her mind. And may I say sidebar? This doctor came in there and gave this news like he was talking about it was eggs on the menu for the breakfast. There's eggs on the menu for breakfast if anyone's available. I'm sorry to have to give you the bad news. I'm sorry to have to give you the bad news, but you know the liver that we said that Eva had? She not gonna get it now. After you done came in there and made Leslie all happy, telling her just 10 minutes ago that she was gonna get the liver, then you gonna say she ain't. Hold on, y'all. I can feel that cough coming on. Something went down the wrong pipe. Hold on 1 second. Okay, you guys, hopefully I have passed by that. It's been hot, cold, hot in Chicago, and I always tell you all my sinuses go acting a fool during times like that. So out of the blue, sometimes they just start me coughing because they make me choke. Okay. All right, let's go back down things. Stop that. I can't read the screen when you do that. Okay, getting back, excuse me. Getting back to the pictures. How do I get rid of that now that I done played it? Well, you may as well stay up then. Anyway, um, I felt like they just came in there and played in Leslie's face, telling her that she done lost the liver. She was like, "What you mean? Where the liver at? Go get the liver, find the liver, bring the liver back in here because I know you better stop playing with me about my daughter. I know you better stop playing." Evidently, you don't know you talking to Leslie. Because like I said, Leslie got them scrubs on. Leslie may go down to the thing, grab that liver, and bring it in here and tell y'all put it in here, put it on evil. She may go down there and make the person who need it leave here. See, Leslie is capable. What room is the man in that needs the liver? I just want to go down there and thank him right quick and tell him that how fortunate I feel he is. And she's like, oh my God, I was in there talking to him. Next thing, blah, 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 he was gone. Can't even get that liver now. Now y'all already know she ain't, you can't put it past her. She ain't above it. Now, medically, I'm not sure if there was an explanation, but emotionally, I understood where Leslie was coming from with all of this pain that she was in. Because how can you just put this whoever wrote this? We love it, but oh my God, did y'all have to play in our face like this? How you gonna come in here and tell me that my baby got to live and then come back in here and tell me somebody else got it? Leslie is desperate. She wants to talk to the other family. She wants to explain. She wants to pay them. She'll do anything for her baby to get this liver. Ted was like, this is one time, money ain't gonna buy you this. It's just not the way it works. No tea, no shade. But if Leslie had been headed to that hospital, you could have slid her a couple. Hold on a second. If Leslie had been in that hospital and she came around there when Leah was the head of this hospital, let me tell y'all something. They got rid of Leah right at the right time. If Leah had been at the head of this hospital, Leslie could have went down there and bought a liver, a lung, and anything else she wanted. Because y'all know Leah was crooked. She could have bought this liver. Had Leah still been there. But now y'all done took Leah and locked her up where she couldn't come in here and do a good transaction right quick. Think about it. She got locked up 2 weeks too early. All right, now. Leslie starts crying and hugs Eva. She's like, my baby, my baby. Honestly, everybody's doing their good acting this week. Everybody was on their good acting this week. They was. She was like, oh my God, I just could not believe my child got to go through all this. Why, Lord? Why? And look how Eva sitting. Listen, y'all tell me Eva don't look like she really laid out like Top Cat straight up. Eve was like, hey, do this, do that. Throw this hair over to the side. She really look like she going through. She do. But bravo to everybody for the acting. Then we get one of the strongest things of the week. Kat talks to Anita. She admits to her grandmother that she is scared. She's like, I am scared. I heard that the recovery can be difficult and long. And Anita said, unlike chemotherapy. She was like, when I went through chemotherapy, it was a lot for me to deal with that as well. But I was strong, and you can be too. And so she also shared with her how you do not want to trade places with what I've been through, Miss Seeley. When I could have helped Barbara and I didn't, that still haunts me to this day. I still feel guilty that I turned my back on her. And Kat said, unlike chemotherapy, though, I ain't got to do this. I ain't got to do nothing. This is a choice. She's like, but why me? Why couldn't it be somebody else? Why did I have to be the match? Why do I have to be the match? Because she got the phone call that she was the match. And that there was one, and I thought that this was one of the most human moments that they had. I think Kat did her good acting today too. Baby, Kat, look at Kat nose red. Everybody said, wipe my makeup off. I'm going in. I don't need no makeup. I need my true red nose and lips. I need everything to be turning colors like it would in real life. And I can't do that with all that makeup and can on. You can do my eyebrows though. Put a little mascara on me. Put just a little bit of lip color on my lips though. But other than that, don't do too much. Okay? Because I need for the people to feel my pain. And I felt Kat's pain. I did. Everybody got their hair put up. See how she got that hair put up? Hold on now. See how she got that hair put up? With that thing you sleep in at night? Usually. Everybody got their acting on. But Kat asks herself a hard question, and eventually she comes back to the hospital and she decides, wait, hold on. I do want to point out that she was still talking about how she couldn't stand Eva and what all the stuff that Eva and her mama had did. And she got a right to process all this stuff. She does. She got a right to process every single thing that she's thinking about because, after all, Kat is putting her life on the line. But this a story, this a show, so I can talk about it the way I want to. I still think she's being a little selfish. You know what I'm saying? Not selfish. Maybe that's the wrong word. She's focused on the wrong thing, I feel. But she's like, why do I gotta be a manager? Why? But then she asks herself the hard question and she finally heads on back to the hospital. Everybody starts to swarm down on Kat when she get up in there. And because she got off the elevator and it was like, okay, I'm here. It was like, oh my God, I'm so glad to see you. And the mama was like, get out of my baby, move, get around from my neck now. Let the girl breathe. And she said, I'm going to get tested. I've decided that I'm going to get tested. So when she finally gets tested. No, I said that wrong that she got the results early. She couldn't have had the results because she came back to get tested, right? She came back to get tested, right? Or did she come back and she got the results? I let them forget. Whatever happened, she got them results back and she said that she was a match. And maybe this is when everybody there is finding out that she was a match. She got the call. Her grandmother's there just finding out that she's a match. Okay, now Leslie did the one thing that got on my nerve today, though. Now I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Now, Leslie, you did do one thing that had got on my nerve today, man. And that's when you called Cat kitty cat. I ain't like that. Because every other time you called her kitty cat, it's been negative. It's been a dig. I don't know. Child, I'm gonna tell you something, Cat. Now you better than me right in that moment because I might would have changed my mind right then. Because I kitty cat. You can't say it different. Like in them challenges they got going, say it mad, kitty cat. Say it like you're proud, kitty cat. Say it sarcastically, kitty cat. But then here why you gonna come in there and call her kitty cat in the midst of thanking her? I ain't like that. That irked me. I ain't like that. But Kat tells her, yes, I'm going to donate a portion of my liver to Eva. And the question that we've been arguing about all this week finally gets answered as to who does it and will she do it. Leslie hugs her and thanks her, and Ted hugs her. Ted goes to Eva's bedside and she simply says to Eva, you're welcome. And that might have been the most powerful moment of the whole episode. One of them anyway, because Isaiah and his daddy had another one too. Then we got a scene with Kat and Ted. And y'all gonna be mad at me, but listen. Kat told Ted, she said, I just want you to know I'm doing this for you, not for Leslie, not for Eva. I'm doing it because I love you. And y'all know some of y'all love, I know some of y'all love that and everything. I know. Part of me was like, girl, you still trying to hold on to a grudge. I don't understand. I don't understand. You know, it's like when somebody passed away. I was taught growing up, let it go, they gone. Somebody get hurt, let it go, they gone. Somebody let it go, they gone. Focus on the bigger picture. So I don't know, Kat, I don't know. I mean, it's a good thing you're doing it, girl. But all this doing is they about to set y'all up to do more arguing down the road. I don't care what y'all say. Because you can argue with me about it in the panel, though. It's all right. I still love you. Now, the nurses take Eva away for the surgery. And they rolled her out of there very unceremoniously, all slow and can on, like they was slow singing and flower bringing. You know, y'all ain't had to do it like that. Okay. And Isaiah is left standing there in that room, staring at the spot where Eva had been, trying not to cry, trying not to break. And then his father walks in the door. That was a powerful moment because they had already talked out there in the hallway. He's like, what are you doing here? He's like, my son is going through something. My place is here with you, you know, which was true. He wrapped his arms around his son and they both cried. It was a beautiful moment. You know, sidebar. Jake and them daddy know he fine, ain't it? Ain't it fine? But you know, I'm just saying. Y'all don't never let the man smile on here. And I know he got some good smile. Y'all don't never let this big old fine man just grin just a little bit. Y'all always making him snarl and can't let him smile. with a big old fine self. This another man. Y'all better not never say nothing about him. Y'all better not say nothing about Bill. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. But anyway, he and his son end up hugging. I'm trying to find the picture because I got him out of order here. Where's the picture of him and his dad? Here it is. Okay. So him and his dad end up hugging. And Elon, you know, Elon, if I'm ever going through anything, you can hug me like that too. Because I be going through things too. You know what I'm saying? I take a hug too, Elon. I will. Yeah, I will. Y'all ain't got a bit of sense. Anyway, I thought this was one of the most beautiful scenes. This father and son scene. And we needed this from them, you know. But next week, you know, Elon, his daddy, and Joey gonna get into it, right? Okay, anyway. Meanwhile, over in Kat's room, everybody's saying goodbye. Martin tells her how proud he is of her, and this is the most selfless thing you've ever done. And her mom again was like, "That don't do that." And Tomas says that he'll have a playlist of the True Crime podcast waiting for them after surgery. Unlike when Isaiah sat there by Eva's side. This stuff is all out of order for me today, you guys, so forgive me. Unlike when he was by Eva's side and he was like, "Girl, you know I love you. I've been here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm be here for you. Most beautiful thing. Can't wait for you to open up your eyes." Blah, 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 blah. But Tomas is like, "Okay, Mamacita, when you open your eyes up again, I cannot wait for us to talk and play the game again." That's all. That's really all you got. You know what? Give me Isaiah for 500, Alex. But bravo to the Gates, you know. I think that they did a very good job on this. But hold on, because see, I fed my stuff to my computer to put in order for me, and it took some things out, and we don't want to miss a couple things, okay? First of all, Bill. Now, Danny had asked you as nice as she could to keep your mouth closed up, but no, you gonna run down there and seen Isaiah was like, "Let me holler at you for a minute and tell you something about your wife." And Andre was like, "What you want to know? What you got to tell me about Danny?" And then he got interrupted with a phone call. He get through with the phone call. Andre was like, "So what you want to tell me about Danny?" He was like, nothing. I was just thinking about how when I was alone in the stairwell that I was, thinking about Danny. And "Hey, what you thinking about Danny for?" "Well, I was thinking about how I've done her wrong, did her like a dog, and that I really don't want her to be hurt anymore. How sorry I was that I hurt her, and I don't want her to be hurt no more." He was like, "You ain't got to worry about her getting hurt no more. Because let me tell you something. She got me now. And I would never hurt her the way you did, you old cheating, lying dog." And I said to myself, Nah, Andre, you best hush now. Because Bill could do a thing right now. Bill could say 1, 2 things, baby. And it could be, And it was funny that him and Danny had run into each other at the elevator too. Bill, Bill and Danny had run into each other at the elevator. He was like, "We have got to stop meeting like this." She was like, "What's wrong with you? You better stop thinking about that." But did y'all see her had that flashback to when they was in that elevator? Boom chicka wow wow, boom chicka wow wow, boom chicka wow wow, boom chicka wow wow. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, girl. You ain't over Bill, girl. Excuse me, you ain't over Bill, baby. You ain't over Bill, girl, because you still flashing, baby. Huh? Huh? Soon as you seen Bill, excuse me. Soon as you laid eyes on Bill, excuse me, Lord, and the elevator doors open, here you go. There you go. Soon as you seen Bill, took you right back. Girl. Anyway, Bill messy. So Andre was like, "What you got to say? What you got to say?" Bill was like, "Well, I don't never want to hurt her no more." And then when Bill was getting ready to go and say something anyway, that's when Chelsea walked up and was like, did y'all know that Eva was in the state that she's in, and Bill didn't know that?" Y'all know for a minute what I thought. I thought Bill was about to be like, "Oh, it was a liver and she didn't get it. Hold on, let me go downstairs and explain to them why Eva gonna get this liver. I'm about to go downstairs and explain to everybody why Eva about to get this liver." Okay. I was waiting for it, but that didn't happen. Okay. But anyway, Beyond the Gate kept us on the edge of our seats all week. Y'all can't lie. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Now, whoever was doing all this writing, write some more stuff like this because I'm tired. Y'all done had me tired for the last 2 weeks, maybe 3. We is exhausted, honey. All right, y'all. Well, with that, that's all I got to say about it. I know that next week it seems that the tables will be turned and that that cat is the one who is in distress. Oh my God. I just hope we're ready for all of that. Now, I'm going to get ready to drop the link so that we can go on and get into our open panel and get that thing unlocked. Okay. All right, hold on, darling. Hold on. She says she called her kitty cat with love. You can't call me big head and you meant it one way and then you like, okay, big head. Now don't try to say it different. Put a little sense, stress, and modulation on the thing and think that you can be calling me the same name. You can't call me that. Not you. Somebody else could, but not you. Because you done meant it one way the whole time. Fadami says, we all know that Haley could care less about Derek and Naomi. That's the truth. And you in here talking about you feeling bad. Child, go ahead and welcome in Fadani. Yeah, she need to go on with that. Girl, you don't feel nothing for nobody. Do she even have a heart? C76 is in the house and says, yes, he real fine. Girl, I know you got eyes. Taya Helms is also in the house. I know y'all got eyeballs. Elon Vaughn. He fine. He fine. I'm on his Instagram page. He has such a beautiful family and wife and everything. Seems like a really cool, chill person as well. All right, so let me drop this link down here. Boomity bump, that bump. Who text me? Child, I know about that delivery. That delivery in my house. Okay. All right. Then. Okay, so there's that. And what was something else I was intending to do in the meantime? Let me see what that is. Oh, read you all what's happening next week. Let's see. What's happening next week? Child. Then I was scrolling over here to grab something and see Tino cutting up. All right, let's talk about what's happening next week. While we wait for the people to come in. Monday. While Kat and Eva fight through surgery, the entire family waits in agony. Martin finds out whether he's won the primary election. We don't care. If you want to invite that pain into your life and go on down there and think you about to run for something bigger and get all your dirt brought out, and and I'm gonna tell you something about the gatekeepers. Now we petty. We gonna be over here to remind you that we told you to sit down somewhere. We gonna be over here to remind you now. You better know. Anita extends an olive branch to Leslie while Joey and Elon clash over Jacob. I said Joey and Elon clash over Jacob. Stay away from my son. Tuesday, Nicole and Ted sit vigil over their daughter. Is that the thing that's going to bring them back together? Hey, Erica J. Is that the thing that's going to bring them back together? With us sitting and crying and reminiscing. I mean, are any of y'all thinking about Shanice? Are any of y'all thinking about how Shanice got to watch Ted with his baby mama? I'm sorry, the mother of his outside daughter. And how he got to, and then now she got to watch him do the same thing with his ex-wife. Girl, you signed up for this mess though, girl. You did. You should have stayed up out of there, girl. You should have stayed up out of there, girl. You should have stayed up out of it. Okay, so Nicole and Ted sit vigil over their daughter. Tomas leans on the Duprees. For what? Oh, because Kat's sick. Okay, yeah, okay. So him and Isaiah got to switch positions next week. Martin and Eva are both feeling guilt ridden. So Eva is all right. It's because Martin and Eva are both feeling guilt ridden, while Kat has a surreal experience. Wednesday, Andre questions Danny's experience during the tornado, while Naomi confronts Bill about having her mother on his mind. Wait a minute, what? About having her mother on his mind. I mean, why should it be odd that somebody want to find out about your mama? Ain't that what married people do? Know about each other's families and mamas? Tomas stuns Chelsea. Vernon disagrees with Anita. So Tomas stuns Chelsea. And Vernon disagrees with Anita. I know you better not be down. Well, we don't know what, so I ain't about to put nothing on Tomas Thursday. Haley walks in on Danny and Bill having a heated exchange. Ted receives a surprise request. Anita meets with Dr. Bauer for a major update. Oh, Anita does. Okay. We don't want no more mess with Anita, please. Ashley gives Grayson some hope for the future. We already know that, child. Leslie's announcement on Friday. Leslie's announcement induces a panic. Leslie's announcement induces a panic. Joey has a preposition for Vanessa while Deanna seeks some much needed advice from those she trusted. Joey has a proposition for Vanessa, while Deanna seeks some much needed advice from those she trusts. One family celebrates their shared wins while a set of siblings compete with each other. One family celebrates their shared wins while a set of siblings compete with each other. Maybe because Martin is going to win the primary and Kat is looking for attention because she's in the hospital and for what she did. They're vying for attention and time. We'll have to wait and see. All right, so let's get into thanking our sponsors and let's officially, I dropped the link already, but let's officially open up these lines for tonight. The lines are now open and you know you want to gossip, so
share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, tell me what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Say what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Say what you thinking, what's on your mind? Say what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Hey,
come on up here, you know you want to gossip.
That's why you my best friend.
All righty. Before we get started, hold on. Let's try to see if I hear this music playing or not. I do not. I do not hear that music playing. Okay, never mind. All right. So before we get started, let's take a minute to thank our sponsors. Thank you to the following people who were able to be sponsors for us this evening. First of all, we would like to say thank you to Peggy 3523 for the $4 super sticker, $4.99 super sticker, and Ishante for the $9.99 super sticker. Thank you for being a sponsor this evening. Miss Coretta JV5 is also one of our sponsors with a $5 super sticker. And Myrtle Tister is also one of our sponsors tonight with a $3 super sticker. Thank you so much. Raven Maniac also is one of our sponsors with a $4.99 super chat. And Jasmine Williams also sends a $1.99 super sticker, and she's one of our sponsors for tonight. And Tiffany F, thank you, who sent hers to the Cash App. Thank you so much for your being a sponsor as well. Hold on. Do I have Rhonda Reed in here? Did I say that? Hold on. Okay, let me highlight one of Rhonda's comments because Rhonda Reed is also one of our sponsors as well. Hold on. Let me find a comment of yours, Rhonda, so I can highlight it. because Rhonda sent to the Cash App as well. Hold on one second. Where are you, Rhonda? Here you go. Okay, and Rhonda Reed. So let's run that again. So thank you to our sponsors, Rhonda Reed. Thank you for being a sponsor, and to Tiffany F, to Jasmine Williams, Raven Maniac, Myrtle Tister, Coretta J5V, Shante, and also to Peggy. Thank you so much for being one of our sponsors for tonight and unlocking these conversations for us this evening. We really appreciate you guys for doing so. Thank you to the sponsors. And so since we got those sponsors, we're gonna have us a minute and let's see, what are we gonna play? We haven't played this song in a while. Let's get it.
Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me.
Welcome to the stage, Miss Lil and E Daddy.
Thank you.
How you doing, Miss Lil, this evening? Can your mom hear us, E Daddy?
Wait a
E
minute.
Daddy, say something again for me.
Oh shoot.
Oh, you got to fix.
I'm gonna be right back. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. No problem. All right, you guys. So we got a good conversation of things going on. Looks like they tried to give y'all a good little clip. You know, then I'm gonna tell y'all something though. The clip wasn't given, but the previews that I read is giving a little bit more. It was giving us the best that it's got. It really is.
It was on mute.
Okay.
Hello.
Hold on one second. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you can hear me now. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I can hear you now. We can hear you now. Okay, give me 1 second and let me edit your mic because you're a little bit low.
Okay.
Okay, there you go, Miss Lord. Put a little bit more on yours. And I see Jasmine. Hold on 1 second. Welcome, Jasmine, to the stage. How are you this evening?
Hello, happy Freedom Day, everybody.
Hi,
Okay,
Jasmine.
goody.
Thank you.
Yes. I was bright and colorful out in the streets today. I was. Was y'all? I
Nah,
did being extra cute today.
Well, I was bright, but I didn't have loud colors. So yes,
No loud colors.
mint green, yes.
Okay. Okay. Hers just came through, but Erica J is also one of our sponsors for tonight. She says, I thought Kat was going to say, I'll do it if Leslie turns herself in for something just for smirting Lord. You know what? That would have been very soapy.
I've been saying that and saying that. You know, they keep disappointing us. That would have made this worth it.
Mm.
You
It
know,
ain't over though.
I know, but I mean, Cat should have said, look, you want me to give up a liver sliver? Go down to the police station and confess, then I'll do it. So since she likes to say, oh, my baby, let's see how much you really love your baby. Are you willing to give up your freedom for the crime that you committed for your baby?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't do it.
Yes, indeed. But she didn't go that route. Maybe Kat was too taken up with her own emotions about doing this at all to be thinking that way, which I guess in a sense is a good thing for Kat because it means that she can't be as self, as I've been putting on her because I've been on her for the sake of conversation mostly. Let me get over here and see how's everybody doing today. Everybody's good?
Yes. How about you?
Okay, yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
How's the weather?
Hold on 1 second. Let me move my thing. Uh-oh. Improved. But it was really great today. Like all day today, it kept looking like it was gonna storm. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wait, y'all can't hear me.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
I gotta change something here. Speaker. Hello?
Okay,
wait, hold on 1 second. External headphones. Okay, now I can hear you guys. I had to move something around here. Okay, yeah. So the weather looked like it was gonna storm all day today. even though it didn't. So the weather's been, yeah. But it was bad the other day
And
again.
Wednesday was bad.
Yeah, again. Mhm.
Okay, because you
Yeah.
didn't come on, and I kept watching, but you didn't write us a little note saying that the
Mm-mm.
weather was bad. You were not coming on,
Mm-mm.
so I finally just gave up. I knew then you weren't coming on. I
Yeah,
didn't think.
no, uh-uh.
No, I don't blame you. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that day that it was really bad, was that, last Thursday?
Yeah, that was last Thursday, I think, or
Yeah,
last.
and no,
Yeah.
we were supposed to really get it, like, they had us in Category 5 or something for,
Oh my God.
this past Wednesday, but we skated by with not as bad as that,
Oh
but, still in the area, there were tornadoes in the, not close by, but, in the Chicagoland area, there were. Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty bad for a lot of people. Anyway, what stuck out mostly for you this week, E-Daddy?
Oh, a lot. This was one of the best weeks ever. So, of course, the whole week was about Eva getting a liver transplant.
Mhm.
But the thing that stuck out the most to me, besides Eva, would have to be Vanessa and Deanna. Of course, Vanessa had to goof up again and have Joey in the house while she was talking to her daughter.
Okay. What
She was
about you,
in
Duprees?
Joey's house, though. Remember, he wasn't in her house.
Mm.
Right.
Mhm. Hold on one second. Who is that just came in? Let me scroll up and see. Hey, Var, welcome to the stage. How are you this evening?
Hello, everyone.
How
Hi.
are you?
Hey, Var.
Oh, Sean B wrote a note and said that she's been in school,
Oh, okay.
and that's the reason why she hasn't been on, but she misses you guys.
Yeah, we miss her too. I really miss her.
Hmm. So did Kat make the right decision? I mean, did Kat make the decision you expected her to make? Not right or wrong, but did she make the decision you expected her to make?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she did for me too.
Yeah, me too. I knew she was gonna eventually do that. I just wish she had socked it to Leslie, and especially after she turned around. Because I'm with you, Miss Jen. When she said that kitty cat mess, I'd have been like, "Yo,
He made the,
that totally rubbed me the wrong way. Like, how dare you? You're asking me to give up part of my body, and you're insulting me."
She was almost like trying to turn it around for a joke, but I did not find it funny.
Mm-mm. That was not funny at all.
Mm.
The
And
sad
and
part would
I
have been
can't
is that
stand Leslie.
the sad part would have been that if that had have affected her decision, that again, Eva would have been suffering a consequence of her mother that had nothing to
Yep.
do with her.
That's right.
Yep.
and like Anita said though, she made the only decision that she could make. Like everybody kind of felt the same way.
But Anita was right when she told her, if you don't help somebody and you have a chance to help somebody, that will haunt you. She was really right about that. No matter how much you dislike that person or what have you, when you got a chance to, when it's life or death, I mean, that's right. That's down to the nitty gritty right there.
The
Well,
way
And I think it really would have haunted Cat.
you know, Kat's decision about what she wanted to do, I can, and I don't like her, and I don't, but I have to give her credit for this. She is a grown woman. You can't decide like you go and conceive a child so you can use bone marrow. They don't have a choice. But Kat is a grown woman. You can't decide whether or not she wants to be tested or she wants to donate. Her siblings and different people, they were trying to make her see how urgent this was, and I always wanted her to do it because I wanted Eva to live. But in all fairness, for cat lovers, please hear this. She did have the choice to make, and it was her choice. The only time that Cat really, really aggravated me when she was sitting down talking about if it was Grand's, her niece and nephew, or her dad, she would do it for them in a minute. But she says, because I hate Eva. Now, this is the thing that I didn't like about it. You have a right to do anything you want to do with your body. You have a right not to be tested. You have a right not to donate. But why, after all of this girl is suffering, you're still confessing your hatred for her?
Well,
she's
right
trying to
there at
be
the
real.
end, she told she told Ted, she said, I'm doing this for you. I'm not doing this for
I
Eva.
know.
And then when she looked at Eva, she almost looked at her with contempt and said, you're welcome. Because like I think when she telling Nicole, it's almost like she set this up. If I
Yeah,
don't help her,
yeah,
everybody. Now, how could Eva possibly set this up?
she
So
didn't.
No,
she's
And
got contempt for her.
you're,
another thing I don't like about this is that the writers have not reminded people Cat might be dead if it wasn't for Eva. Eva pulled her into the room where all of the equipment was because Cat was trying to run away, and Eva reminded her glass is flying everywhere and you could be killed. But nobody's talking about the fact that Eva saved her life.
in the
Yeah,
scenario,
she snatched her in there.
Yeah.
in the scenario though, it is kind of like she does have ill feelings for even being placed in the situation, and I kind of get what she was saying to her. I think her mom or whatever, where she was like, you know, kind of feel like it's set up type situation, just because it's like she don't really want to do it, and she set up in a
No, she
lose
didn't even
lose.
want to get tested.
Yeah, she set up in a lose lose situation because at the end of the day, she didn't want to destroy her dad,
But
and that's the only reason.
I understand that, Var. I said to begin with, for all the Cat lovers and the Eva haters, that is Cat's body. Cat is under no obligation to be tested for something she does not want to be tested for. But like you said, she's going to have to live with the consequences of how the relatives will feel about her. But putting all of that aside, I'll give her all of that, but and she's still talking about the hatred. It's almost like why can't the girl that's critically ill? She's wavering between here and the other side, and you're still talking about the hatred.
You gotta think though, she's talking this stuff through in her feelings in real time. So these are the feelings that I have towards her. It's not I can't hide them, you know, and that does play a part in your decision making. It's
But
like
do
I
you
really don't like this person, but yet I feel obligated to do this. And you're talking these feelings out. And can you really fault her for like talking her feelings out, like trying to work it through?
I
that
do have
Nah,
one
I
question. I do
can't.
have one
that
question. I
Nah,
do have one
she
question.
that she had to talk. She had to talk it through, and she was really, really. Colby killed this because you really got a sense as to how
Well, she was struggling.
emotionally
yeah,
torn
she's a
Yep.
good
she was
actress.
about the whole thing.
She's
She
a
was
good actress.
really, really, really torn up. And
Yes,
right at the end there, when she turned around and told Ted, she said, "This is not for Eva. This is for you." And then she looked at her and when she said, "You're welcome."
Okay,
That
but I
was
have a
that
question.
was
I have a
powerful.
question. I have a question. So, what about to Miss Lil's point that Eva did save Kat's life in that by pushing her in that closet, though?
It's a
Yeah,
difference.
nobody's talking about that.
Yeah.
She
that's
snatched her
not
in
me.
there,
Nobody's
and
talking
right
about
away,
that.
Kat started fussing at her. What did you do that for? She
I
started,
brought
and we gotta try to get out of here. And Eva was saying, I'm hurt, or it hurt, so she couldn't move. And Kat was saying, why don't you get up and help me? She was berating that girl from the time she snatched her
Mhm.
in there until the time she started coughing
I
up blood and she
agree.
realized
yeah,
she was hurt.
yeah, but you gotta admit though, at the time she didn't realize she was hurt. So you can't really blame her at that point. You know what
Even
I mean?
let her have that. But
Yeah,
the point
she
of
was
it
hurt.
is,
I mean she didn't know.
when if Eva had not put her into the water heater closet, she said glass was flying everywhere. And as vain as she is, if she lived, she'd been all scarred, and maybe the plastic surgeons could not have brought her back to look like herself. It is it was your life that she saved, but you don't even acknowledge that.
It's a difference. It's a difference though, in the simple fact of I gotta go through major surgery. You know, and it's like,
I'm
yeah, you
glad.
might have pulled me in on it, but I gotta go through major surgery.
I'm not
Okay,
going against any
hold
of
on one
that.
second, you guys. Hold on one second. I just want to do a reminder. I know what we're talking about and what the subject matter is, but be careful with the words that you're using, like about people passing away and that kind of stuff. Just be careful with those words, with those buzzwords.
Hold on, what
Okay,
can you say though?
Okay.
I
You can say unalive, you can say
alive.
about to
Yeah.
pass away, you can say things like that. But if you say certain words, it flags things.
Okay.
Did I say something wrong?
So
Was it?
No, I'm
Oh,
just
okay, okay.
asking you to be mindful
I
of
got
that.
you. I
okay,
got you. I got you.
I don't have any issue with the fact that we don't have a right to harass anybody and they're signing papers they don't want to sign. And I do understand this is a major surgery. You're going to have a scar for life because if the people who had the cholecystectomies, the old fashioned way, you don't remove the gallbladder. I have one of them. You never wear a bikini again because those were the old fashioned. They were not the ones where you would go down and crush the stones and pull them out. You had a scar that was like 5 or 6 inches long. So she's going to have that. And secondly, she could hemorrhage after the surgery. She could get an infection. I'm not trying to negate any of that. All of that is real. I give all that to Kat. That is her decision to make. The one thing that I just said in making your decision, why do you have to remind us your disdain and hate for her?
But
That you could have kept to yourself. I don't want
but
to hear that.
but
might
but
have
see
been that might have
when
been
you're
part of
talking
her
about
processing.
yeah, when you're talking about your feelings, like you got to think she's not like really broadcasting this to the world per se. Like she's not in the hospital giving a speech. She's talking her thoughts out with her family. So you got to add in the fact that yes, this is part of my decision making process. How much do I like this person? Because let's keep it a buck. We're not going to out here all donating to strangers. Like I heard even Erica Vane talking, and it's like, yo, are you signed up for the donor registration list? You know what I mean? Like
I
we're not
I
all out
am.
here.
But
I mean,
I just,
I'm saying, like
just,
not
I,
when you die, not
I,
I'm
re-
sorry,
I,
not when you
rec-
pass away,
I
but while you're
recognize,
still alive.
I
but I
recognize
don't know if they
all of
want
that
mine because
var.
I'm too old. But
I,
I've signed up for it,
Yeah,
I
and
recognize all of that var. As I said, all of the package of whether or not she wants to be tested, she shouldn't be harassed. It is her choice to make. This is a
yeah,
major surgery. She could hemorrhage. She could have a major infection.
yeah. I
This
got
process of being healed could be a long time. I'm not all of that. I give her that. That I give to her. I just don't want to, at the time that this girl is lingering between life and death, I don't want you to bring up your
who
contempt.
else can she talk about that with though?
And not
Like
only
other
that,
than her mom and her cousin and them, who else
not
can she
only
have that
not
conversation with?
but listen, not only that, Eva had nothing to do with that potassium. Eva was at home. She didn't even know her mother was in the hospital administering that potassium. Then she brought up Eva covered for 2 attempted unalivings. But now
Because she thinks that, because she
Yes,
believes
you got to
that.
realize, Miss Lil, this is her thoughts. It's not what we know. This is her thoughts. It hasn't been shown to her any different. We're the audience. We get to see everything. She's inside the show. She can't see everything that we can
but
see.
did she think that Leslie would go home and tell Eva, "Oh, I just
Yes,
obtained some
absolutely.
potassium"?
yep,
No,
Yes,
yep. Oh,
She
she
does.
she
and
the
feel as
cat
though
Leslie,
that
cat
she's a
cat.
co-conspirator.
Leslie didn't even tell her
We
about
know
trying
this, Miss Lil. We
I
know this,
know,
Miss
but
Lil,
trying
but
to
she
force
don't.
the girl off the road.
Wait, hold on. Don't talk
She
over each other, guys.
she guessed that when she saw her mother with her helmet on. She guessed that, and she never would have probably gotten so deeply involved in it until Leslie tried to threaten her that she might turn her into the police and say she did it. So, but the rest of the part about her body and the major surgery and possible side effects, being scarred for life, I give her all of that. I don't have anything to do with all. I give all of that to her,
I
and that
Okay.
mean,
is her right.
I
Give me
mean,
one
like
minute. Give me
we
one
all.
minute to pause. 1 minute to pause. I want to welcome in Miss Kiki as her first time commenting, and welcome. You are now officially a gatekeeper.
Hey, ye, hey, ye.
Gatekeepers! A decree from the Queen!
Enough. Be seated.
And one more time, we also want to take a minute to thank all of our sponsors for tonight's open panel so that you guys are able to come up and share your thoughts and ideas and all go. That would be Miss Peggy. Thank you for being a sponsor tonight with your $4.99 sticker, and also Ishante with your $9.99 sticker. Coretta with your $5 sticker, Myrtle Tinsler with a $3 sticker, Raven Maniac with a $4.99 super sticker, Jasmine Williams with a $1.99 super sticker, and Tiffany F, who also sent to the Cash App, and Rhonda Reed, who also sent to the Cash App, and Erica J, who also gave a super sticker. Thank you guys so much for being one of our sponsors for tonight. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Um, was Kat always going to say yes, or did Anita change her mind?
I think Anita changed her mind because she used the example of how the guilt over Barbara, how she has never gotten past that guilt. And of course, we all know that's why that trust was set up because of that guilt. So she reminded her that she said she thinks about Barbara every single day. But see, in Kat's mind, Kat believes that Leslie and Eva were completely in lockstep. And Eva was not completely in lockstep with Leslie because part of it, most of it, she didn't even know. She
That's
didn't even
right.
know that Ted didn't even notice she existed until then, didn't even know he had this daughter. So a whole bunch of stuff blew up for Eva that night, as well as for the Richardson family. But there's a lot of water under that bridge for both of these young ladies. The thing now is going to see what they do going forward, how
Yeah.
they move going forward, because all that water that's under the bridge, it's under the bridge. That's the end of that.
Mhm.
But we all know that Eva was not in lockstep with Leslie with all of that. Eva got
Mm-mm.
bamboozled like the rest of them
She
did
did. She
Mhm.
did.
until the last minute, and
Yeah.
she kept trying to thwart what Leslie was doing. In fact, she would go back home and she would tell Leslie, I really like Nicole, she's really nice. And then Leslie said, no, she's not, and yeah, 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 yeah. And every time Eva tried to have a positive thought about Nicole, Leslie would turn that around. So she had this girl brainwashed. So the both
Yeah,
of them
and
have a lot of processing to do once this
you
whole thing is over
remember,
with.
Eva did not know about the highway thing. She saw her mother with a helmet on, and her mother was acting strange. But later on, she suspected it. But then Leslie tried to take the information and threaten her with it, and that's when she stole the helmet to hide it in her house. And Kat got it. So Kat thinks that she's in cahoot, but they never sat down and she never sat down and really plotted. Now, this hospital thing,
No,
I
never.
don't think Eva knew nothing about this hospital thing, but she suspected when she saw her mother with the helmet on, and then she heard about the girl. She kind of put two and two together. But Miss Jen asked something months and months ago. How many of us, one of our parents came home wearing a helmet, and we heard about later on that it was a motorcycle that forced somebody off the road? How many of us would take our mother's helmet and turn it off over to the police?
Now,
If she,
Coretta
if she
says
almost killed
that she
somebody,
agrees with Miss Lil. She says, did she almost unalive somebody?
almost
Okay,
unalive
so Miss
somebody.
Coretta says, I agree, Miss Lil. She shows her disdain for Eva every chance she gets. She needs to remember Tomas played a major part in betraying her. To be fair, Tomas set that in motion.
Hmm.
Yes, he did.
That's how
Because he
Coretta
played
feels.
both of them against each other. Every time he was having a problem with Cat, he'd run to Eva. And
Hmm.
to me, that was the beginning of an unforgivable emotional affair right there. Even before they finally wound up making cakes, he was carrying on an emotional affair with Eva because he should have never been discussing Kat's personal business with her. That was wrong.
Now, Var, what do you think? Do you think Kat was always going to say yes, or did Anita change her mind?
I think she really didn't know, to a large extent. But like Anita said, you already got your answer. You already knew what you was going to do anyway. You know what I mean? Like you didn't come to me for that, and I kind of believe that. I kind of believe she knew what she was going to do the whole time. She just had to sit there and process it.
Yeah, and Anita just confirmed what she already knew she was going to do.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, unfortunately, that was like her only decision, unless you're like super heartless, like that. Like the fact that what it would do to her dad, what it would do to her brother, what it would do to her niece, and I don't know about the nephew. I don't know if he that tied in, but you know what it would do to all those people. I think at the end of the day, you kind of have to make that decision. And I
Yeah,
think that's
she
part of
was
Cat's
stuck
biggest
between her.
problem. It's just the fact of I have nowhere to turn because no matter what, like I have to do this, and I really don't want to. I really don't want to. I wouldn't want to neither.
And she said as much. She told her father she didn't even want to get tested because she didn't even want to know. She said, "Hey, if I'm a match, if I don't know, I don't have to deal with this." She did not want to deal with it at all.
My main thing is I don't know why she stuck around. I would have left. I would have left immediately.
Me too. Me
She
too. I
stayed
wouldn't
there
have
to
been
be
hanging
put in that
around.
situation. I would have left, and my phone would have been cut off, and I probably would have checked in like a week later.
Here's a question about
But then
Leslie.
Eva would have been dead.
Yeah, but at that
Eva
point,
wouldn't
it's
be
not my
alive.
fault.
Eva
It,
wouldn't be
it, it,
alive. I know what you're saying. She wouldn't be
yeah, at
alive.
that point, I wouldn't know, and people couldn't blame me. Like I didn't know. I was gone. I was so distraught. I left.
Hmm. Now, was Leslie wrong for expecting, not wanting, but expecting Kat to help Eva?
No, if my son was in
Yes.
that position, if my son was in that position, I would be expecting everybody to do everything.
Leslie had
It's
a
hard.
lot of nerve expecting anybody to do anything from her. The way she insults everybody with every breath she exhales out of her mouth. It's an insult towards somebody. She just can't even help herself.
It's
She's
a lot of
just
nerve.
so absolutely unpleasant. The most unpleasant person. She got something to say about everybody. But now you want everybody to help you? Really? And she's not going to change.
And it's just like on the reality shows. You do all this, you use all these damage to these people, and then when your butt is on the line and when your ally's butt is on the line, you expect them to help you, and it doesn't work that way.
Now, if Leslie doesn't change after all of this has happened, um,
I don't expect her to change up one bit.
I don't think I don't expect her to change one iota either.
No, she won't.
Not one bit. In fact, she might get worse.
hey, Erica, we was just talking about you yesterday and today too, girl. Good to see you over here. Just a long time no see. Okay. Yeah, I think that it would make so much sense for Leslie to make some kind of changes. So let's talk about what kind of changes should we expect for Leslie to make if she was normal,
Well,
more
didn't
normal.
the Shouse is gone, right? Didn't the Shouse get
Yes,
destroyed?
yes, yes. The shop
So
house was
if she really wanted to make a concession, she could move someplace else, not bother Anita and Vernon with this nonsense. Since apparently her money is just never going to run out, no matter what she does, it's a perpetual fountain of money. Um, I don't
It's
even
funny
know.
that you say this
she
because
could build a house. She,
one of the content creators says that Leslie has an unlimited bank account.
but
Yeah, it's
build
never
a
going to run
house.
out.
She could build a house that would complement the other homes and not try to make a house and that kind of thing, and not have the
Yeah,
people working all night and have
right.
be more respectful
I
of the
mean, she
neighbor.
owns the land, so I think that I'm with Miss Lil. She needs to build a house that fits in with the aesthetic of the neighborhood without all that
Hmm.
foolishness that she was talking about doing. And like Miss Lil said, build a house at a reasonable hour. You know, don't be doing all kind of craziness. Just please not. But where's Eva gonna go after the surgery? Back to her apartment? Back to her apartment?
She. Oh, that's right. Because Leslie's in the hotel. You're right. She doesn't have any place to go. Well, maybe her brother will take her in.
No, she's
Erica
gonna go
Vane
back to
said,
her. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Erica Vane said, what was y'all saying about me? That she unhinged? No, ma'am. We were not.
No, I didn't say anything about Erica because I watched a little bit of your
No,
show.
I did.
I had
No,
to leave
No,
it. I had
wait,
to
hold on.
leave
I
it.
don't know what y'all said. What I'm about to say is that I was just saying that I like your channel
Okay.
and that everybody should go over there and subscribe to the channel as well.
Okay, I am
And that we
subscribed to
hadn't
your
seen you in a
channel, but
while.
I had
So go
said
ahead.
she made a.
most of the time I can't listen. You're so mean to Eva. And you
Oh, wait a minute.
now
Hold on. We are kind and gentle over here.
okay. Well,
I had
okay.
said she made a
I'll
good point
pass.
about being
I'll
on the
pass.
donor registry list.
I'll pass then. I'll
But
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell you something. You watch. I'm surprised it didn't happen today. But by
Uh-huh.
next week, they're going to be doing PSAs on that channel for the Black donor registries because they always talk about Black folks needing organs, blood,
All of that.
plasma, all kind of
Uh-huh.
things, and those numbers always being low when it comes to Black folks. Like we need a kidney, people that have sickle cell, all kind of things, and our numbers are always low. That's going to turn into a PSA.
Well,
It probably
I
is. Hold
can
on one
see
second.
and
Hey, Erica
accept
Vane,
that.
welcome to the stage. How are you this evening?
Hi, I'm good, y'all. I'm sorry, I
Good.
wasn't listening earlier, so I don't know where y'all are at, but I wanted to pop in. I had people commenting on my videos like, you need to go to Jim's channel. I was like, I'm going to try.
We
How
will.
you
Now, see, I
been?
don't know. I don't know what you said about what happened. So what we were talking about is Kat's decision that she made. Did she make the decision that you expected her to make, and was she always going to make that decision, or did Anita change her mind? And was Leslie wrong to ask Kat for help? Expect Kat to help.
Ah, okay. When y'all were talking about me, did y'all think that I was surprised? Or,
I didn't hear
No,
what
I
you
had made the
said, so
statement.
Marvel had to
I
speak
had
to
I
you.
had made the statement that I was listening to your show, and somebody wrote in and said, I guess it was like really wrong for Kat to not donate, and you had made the statement and said, "Well, are you on the donors registration list? Did you sign up?" And I thought that made perfect
Oh
sense.
yeah,
Like
I remember you
you
saying
made
that.
a valid point by that. So everybody that's quick to say that Kat should donate, it's like, well, would you donate to somebody that you did not like? Would you put yourself on the list for even a stranger? I agree with you.
oh, thank
I'm
you,
on
guys.
I'm on a
Oh
donor list.
my God. My birthday.
If something happened to me, I don't know who's gonna get the parts. If they want the
No, I'm
parts,
talking
they
about
might
while you're
say the
still
parts are
alive.
too
No,
old.
I'm talking
But
about
no, no, but I'm on the donor list. I am. I'm
while
on
you're
the
still alive. Like, would you donate a part of your liver to a stranger now that you're still alive?
if I
See, there you
um
go.
wait a minute. No, 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 no. I'm just saying I would rather donate it to somebody I knew, but you know, if you're on a donor list, that's for death, but
Mm,
unaliving. But if a friend of mine or somebody I knew needed a liver sliver and I could give it to them, I would.
no, somebody that you did not like. Somebody that you did not like.
I think it's very complicated. And again, Var, I thank you so much for watching. I was just hoping that people who did listen to my coverage this week were able to open their minds if they were immediately like at that position, because I think that it's much more nuanced than people want to give it credit for. I
Hmm.
even gave the example that I have a family who I grew up and they're drinkers and gamblers, and I used to be fearful of this because I was pre-med and I was seeing certain things, and I used to be fearful that somebody was going to come down with something, and now their liver don't work because they didn't drunk and did this and did that. And I wasn't sure that I would be willing to just give up a piece of me. So I use that example in my videos as well. I think that it's much more nuanced. But I did always think that Kat was going to arrive at this place. I just wanted people to give her the space that she deserved and that she needs. And I also just hate the idea that people can feel so entitled to somebody else's body and life. And it's unfortunate, but that winds up being the case for a lot of like well-to-do eldest daughters.
I'm gonna tell you something. What you just said about that, about somebody who's been drinking and carrying on. Now, I'm not putting my life on the jeopardize for you to just take my liver and drink it up too,
No,
and
that
I
I'm
done
not
laid down
doing.
on the
No,
table. But in a
no.
situation where somebody has, lived right or whatever, and in this situation where Eva had just literally saved her life as well, and this is a half sister, like it or not, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it has to be, to be in that situation has to be something that will really weigh upon you. But I also agree with what some of them was telling her, which is you have to, because you need to think about that now. Do you really want this hanging over your head if you say no?
And
Right. And then that comes
I
down
think
to
that.
like the type of person that Kat is, right? Like it only is going to weigh on her head because she's a good person. Like Leslie doesn't have any remorse for any of the things, decisions that she made. So when people were throwing out, oh, this is her revenge and this is her trying to give karmic retribution back to Eva, I'm like, nah, that's not it at all. Kat is a
Mm-mm.
much better person than people give her credit for, which is why she is struggling with this.
But I do think that Kat was very right in the end when she told Ted, "I'm doing this for you, because this is how much she loves her father. That
Yeah.
she's doing this for her father, and this is the father that she's in competition with Eva
Mhm.
over."
Yes, she
But
did
she
mention
told him straight up. She said, "I'm not doing this for Eva. I'm doing this
doing
for
this.
you."
I also think
And
that we're just
everybody
learning
knows
about
that I
who.
do not 1,000% like Cat. I want no part of her. She was a great actress during this time. But I have to say, I have to agree, objectively, she was correct. You do not have to volunteer to go and take a test for anything you don't want to. You don't have to volunteer to do surgery for anything you don't want to. It is your choice, and it must be your choice. And I don't know if Anita really was the one that caused her to say yes, I will. I believe Anita's might have been her persuasive argument
I
might
think
have
she was a
called,
sounding board.
yeah, might have called,
I
yes,
think
called,
she was a sounding
but
board, and that's why I said I don't think that people give Kat enough credit. I also don't think that people give enough credit to the importance of holding space for somebody. You don't always have to agree with somebody, but taking the time to give somebody a chance to say their whole entire point of view and to validate their particular experience or their feelings goes a long way. And Anita is the one who did that the best. Which is why she also said, I know that you didn't come here for a decision. Your mind was already made. You just needed to vent.
But her mom also told her the decision was hers to make.
She
Nicole,
did, but she had more of an inkling of like, but Kat, you're a good person, so she was less pushy than everybody else. But I think Anita is the one who struck the appropriate chord to discuss the weight of what it was in reference to the decision, while also giving Kat enough space to have her feelings validated.
Tomas played it.
I also
He
think that
played it
we
smooth
are.
by playing that
Anita
little
was
game with her
really
with
the
the
one.
podcast.
Wait a minute, hold on. Which one of y'all talking?
Me, Tomas played it kind of smooth with the whole podcast situation. Like that was a hidden gem in there for her when she worked through the scenario that he gave her.
I think that
They didn't
we are
lost me with
learning.
Tomas behind. I'm so sorry. I think that
I'm
they
so
gave
done
great.
with Tomas.
They so brilliant in reference to the writing. I think that was a great writing choice, but the actor is
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah, that
He
was a
is
great writing.
not
That was great
carrying
writing.
it.
We're gonna, you know what we are gonna do? I keep saying this weekend. This weekend, we're gonna do our behind the wall discussion about the characters, how we, really feel about how they are not being played. Behind the wall, we're gonna go back there and talk about it. But I think that we are just getting to know, because I've said this for quite a while. I think that the Cat character is growing up, and we're in the midst of her turning point in her life. Like I think the Cat has been a little spoiled. I do. I think Cat has been
I
spoiled,
think y'all are
entitled
just
all of her
waking up
life.
to her, Jen, and I'm
No,
excited about it.
I
I'm
think they wrote
excited.
this character to be a spoiled, entitled brat, and I think this spoiled, entitled brat is at a point in her life where the tide is turning for her. Where now she's growing up, because just because that's where you were as a teenager doesn't mean this is how you're going to be as a grown woman. So I think that we're kind of going through Kat's growing pains with her while she's letting go of some things, expanding some things, trying some things, losing fears of some things, stepping out into herself. And as that's happening, I think that we're going to be irritated with some of the things that she does because she's in a growing spot.
Yep.
Can I ask really quick? I want to
every
ask Jen
15,
real quick.
20 years
I'm
ago.
sorry. 1 second. 1 second. Can I ask Jen what do you feel like Kat has been entitled to? What do you feel like Kat feels like she's entitled to?
I think Kat is one of those, like, I'm almost willing to bet you that when they handed her the script for this character, that was the description of this character. So
but I'm saying, like, what specific things is she entitled to?
I see her as being like Whitley on A Different World when she started. So I see her as the same way. Sweet girl, nice girl, but very entitled, rich. I'm above you. You're poor. I don't like what you're wearing. I'm better than you. Why are you here? You look raggedy. Kat was very much that girl when the show started, but I don't think that, I think that we're watching her turn into herself now. I just think we met this character where she was making a turn in her life. So it's like Whitley season 1, Whitley season 2 is not the same Whitley season 3, 4, 5, 6.
And she acts like,
and
because
on a
she's
very
Dupree,
realistic tip,
it makes her
people
better
should
than other
evolve.
people. She acts like, because she's a Dupree, she puts too much of emphasis on Dupree like it's a deity. And even though with her niece and her nephew, they don't have DNA of the Dupree, but she can tolerate them and treat them decently because her brother adopted them, and it makes them like a Dupree. The Duprees are better than other people. Other people.
Can I pause right here? Can I pause you right here? Because I think you just made a great point. I struggle with the whole, like, Kat is a spoiled, entitled girl, and she has been from the jump, because of how she was perceived in reference to treating Eva, because we don't actually see her treat anybody else like she treats Eva. And I think that's the difference between her and Whitley Gilbert. Whitley Gilbert was in... Okay, well, I was asking for examples and I didn't get any, so that's why I was trying to, like,
Oh, okay.
Oh, but
So
one example
wait,
I
you
can
mean
give when
example? You
when
mean
Tomas when Tomas had that little accident when he broke his turkey tail. And the way Kat acted the way she acted to Shanice, she goes, my name is Kat Richardson. I'm the granddaughter of Anita Dupree. And Shanice said, I know who you are. Because she was trying to get her to hurry up and get with Tomas. Kat has always had this air. It's like you said, Miss Jen, she's a rich girl. She's never had to want for anything. She's been surrounded by the best of everything.
and she was a miracle baby.
And
How
she
is
was a
how is
miracle
how is
baby.
the air
And
that she carries different than the air that Martin carries? I'm genuinely
Because
asking
I
y'all. I
think
really want to understand because
Martin is
it's
older
interest.
than
That
her.
part is
Because
interesting to
Martin is
me.
older than her. Martin has been in politics. Martin has experienced more life than Kat, and
So
that is
he has a right to be entitled and arrogant, but Kat doesn't. Is that what y'all saying?
no,
I
we're
don't
not
know.
no,
I
we're
don't
not
see
saying
him
he
as
has a
being
right to
entitled
be
and
anything.
arrogant. I don't see him, and if he does have it, he is more able to keep it under the surface. Cat acts like, oh well, she walk into a room. Oh, they are wardrobe challenged. I mean, she acts like other people are
But
beneath her.
that's just style. The certain things are just style and different
No,
things of that nature. You can't really. It's not
well,
always
but you don't think as you
being
get
a
older
brat.
you stop. But
she's a
as you
brat.
get
She's a
older,
brat.
you keep some things to yourself. And so I
That's
was
right. You
saying that
keep
the
some
difference in
things to
her and
yourself.
Martin is that Martin is older. Martin has experienced more life. Martin may be I mean, because being older
I think
doesn't
that Martin
regulate the
uses
fact.
the Dupree name a lot too. Like I don't understand the difference between how Kat uses I'm a Dupree than any of the other Duprees.
So
But it's almost like
you don't see Kat as a rich, titled, and spoiled girl, rich,
I don't see
entitled,
her.
spoiled girl.
I can see her as spoiled, but I don't see her as entitled because entitlement has to speak to like what you feel like you're entitled to. Like for me, Eric, Martin is a little bit more is way more entitled than Kat is. He seems like he feels like he is owed people's time, people's attention, people's favors. Like he has moved through the world so coddled and protected that now he moves as if he expected. But Kat is always moving as if nobody's going to be in her corner except for Chelsea. So to me,
Well,
that speaks to a girl who was not actually entitled, who had to
well,
get it out the mud and do a bunch of things on
actually,
her
But then
own.
why does her
you
whole
said
family describe her that
on your
way? Hold on
show
one second.
today.
But why does
her
her whole
her whole
family
family
describe her that
describes her
way?
that way because she happens to also be the one that they don't fully see accurately because they have projected all of their other feelings tied to the miracle baby of it all. So Nicole kind of like has a whole different perspective because of the way that Kat entered the world. Like Martin has a perspective because I believe that Martin wanted to be an only child and he never wanted to have a sibling. So that's a whole other thing. I don't think that you can accurately say, oh yeah, Kat is everything that y'all say that she is, while also not attributing the same characteristics that all of these people display, and y'all don't have a problem when they do it. Martin is
I
very
think
arrogant.
I
But see,
think well,
Martin is
but see,
very
but
entitled.
I'm not going to agree with
there's
you on
there's
any
no
of that.
way for Kat.
I'm not going to agree with you on any of that, but you did say on your show today that Kat was your girl and you always rock with her. So if you rock with her, I give you permission to think whatever you think about her. But my opinion is different. And I find Martin much more.
Words mean things, y'all. Words really do mean things, and you can't give somebody else permission for their own perspective.
Well, then
Okay,
I'll just sit back and let your words be
okay.
your words. I
Lightning
will
Storm
say
says,
this: I don't see Cat the way you see Cat. I'm not interested in changing my mind. I do believe that Martin is not always correct in the way he approaches things, but to me, Cat has always been entitled and bratty. Now and I will agree with you. People like Mona. Now Mona doesn't live behind the gates, and she treats Mona well. And the other girl, the one that was Mona. You know Mona. You know who Mona is, the one that
yeah.
likes Sandy. Okay, she
Mhm.
treats her well, and she likes the Laura. So she does treat those other people well. I will give you credit for that. She is seemingly compassionate when it comes to them, but she is still a brat.
Well,
And
that's
my
what I've been saying the whole time. Like
I think
I've
the
been had
difference
that
though is
argument.
that it's about what a person is a brat about. Like for me, I
Yeah.
think that there's something that people have a right to be entitled with. When people saying she's entitled and she's spoiled, tied to these organs, she has a right to. They're her organs. I think
oh
that
well,
she has been
I'm not
protective
arguing
of her.
about it. I'm
No,
not
True.
let
arguing
me
about
finish,
the
boo. Let
argument.
me
That's
finish.
true.
Let me finish. When
That's
people
true.
say that she's entitled and spoiled, she was protecting her family the best way that she knew how. So I have been looking at her through that lens and understand that because I also have operated like her in a lot of ways when it comes to showing up for the people that you care about. And I think this week I've been very candid in my content and explaining how I resonate in reference to like the family not really seeing you, but they need you and they use you whenever they possibly can.
You,
And I think
you
that
know
that's
what?
also
You
I
know
have
what?
no
I've showed up
argument.
for
Hold on,
everybody in my
one at a
family, and I
time.
can
One at a
definitely be a
time.
brat. I can definitely be a brat.
Okay.
I
But
think sometimes there's
but
it's warranted.
I have showed up and sacrificed personally for people in my family
I have too.
to my detriment. I think
Hmm.
we all have done that. But at the same time, I'm still going to say Kat is a brat. She was a
Yeah.
brat from day one,
If you
and I think she is growing up before our eyes, like Miss Jen said. Also, this experience has kind of given me an insight into Martin's passive aggressiveness against Kat. I think he
That has
resents.
been there from the
Wait, wait,
beginning.
wait. I think he resents Kat. I think that he was used as a prop when his father was out there cheating. Because remember, Ted used to take him to the restaurant, and Leslie would give him brownies, and she made that little snide remark. So Martin has a lot of resentment about that. The parents' marriage was breaking up. Along comes this miracle baby. Now everything's cool. Now the parents are not breaking up. They got this baby.
oh,
Blah blah blah. They're doting on her. He's not the baby boy anymore. He's not the only child.
now
So there's all this resentment. And I fault Nicole and Ted for that, because here was Ted using his son as a prop and not realizing the damage he was clearly doing to his son by using him as a prop. And then once this miracle baby comes along, Martin kind of got swept off to the side, and he's got some resentment about that he really needs
Exactly.
he needs to deal with that.
Exactly.
yeah, now
Yep.
I've been
And I
hold
can't
on,
see
hold
her
on. Let me say
name.
something. Let me say something.
I'm sorry, Var.
Now,
My bad.
like the whole time I've been saying the same thing about Cat because everybody thought I was just like caping for Cat, but Cat hasn't really done anything bad to anybody, like other than Eva and who
She's
she feel as though.
reacted.
Hold on, who she feel as though wronged her. Leslie, who she feel as though wronged her. I have not seen Cat treat the staff wrong. I have not seen Cat at the different spots that they go to talking down on people. I think she has a misperception, and people view her in a light that she's not actually in. And I've been fighting
And
that
and I
battle the
I
whole time.
agree.
Well,
I agree. And
I
I
would
was
like to
saying
say,
before that I'm just early and I feel like people are just now waking up because there was a different circumstance to
I've been
see her.
saying it.
I don't think that she's actually changed as a person. I think
Yep.
that it has been easier to see her as that because you pick the side of the underdog, which is normal. Like I typically do pick the underdog side. However, there's way too many things that Leslie has done, especially when it comes to murder, for me to do that. And then I fully see Kat. So I am of the belief of like, yes, I cape for Kat and I love Kat, but it's not just a blind, oh, she can do no
Yeah.
wrong, because I'm gonna call her out, and I have in my videos when I felt like she was wrong. But I do think that she is deeply misunderstood, and it's so brilliant tied to the writing as well, because that's the archetype of the girl that that she actually is in reference to the well-to-do daughter.
Now, to the
It
people
is
that
it is
think Cat changed,
may
give
I
me
say
an
something?
example. Give me an example of how y'all think Cat changed. How
Oh,
did she change from the beginning? I don't think she's changed.
Var, may I say something?
Go ahead.
I believe what Jasmine said, and it's not always that your family wants to get something from you because they value you. I feel that I have been, and I only had one sister. I was much less valued than my sister was in a lot of ways. But I was always the person when they needed somebody to be stable, to get advice from, to be there for them, to ride until the wheels roll off. I was that person. But when you perform your duty, family members many times will put you back in the corner and they'll keep on going. I've had that happen to me, but that doesn't mean I wish anything bad on them. That means that I must make the decision what is good for me. If I can say yes to this, then I will say yes to this. If I can say no to that, I can say no to this. That is my choice. We allow people to use us. They don't put guns to our heads and use us.
Whoa.
But even that is a learned behavior. Like I am in my late 30s and I am just now arriving at a place where I can put my foot down with people and create boundaries, because it has been deeply important for me most of my life to not only please and make my family happy, but feel like I was of use to them. So you can't say like, oh, well, you let the people use you. Like you have to learn to not do that. Like we Some people are people pleasers. Some
Who are we
people,
talking about with this?
struggle with that.
I got lost. Who are we talking about with this? Because we were just making a
We
statement
got
that
way
Cat,
we done got way
that
off the beaten
yeah, because
path.
the statement that was made was
I
the
think it
fact
applies
of
to Cat, though. I think
I
that
was
does
trying to
apply to
figure out.
Cat.
I was trying to figure out. Well, how did Cat change? And do y'all have any examples of how she's changed?
I don't think that she has. I think that she has been this person. I think it's crazy because y'all got me agreeing with Var, but also it feels like a birthday gift. My birthday is Sunday. Var done watched
Happy
my
birthday.
videos and he agreed with me. I'm like,
No,
oh,
because see,
yes.
I've been. Listen, I'm objective when it comes to Cat, and people thought that I was a super Cat fan, and I'm like, no, I really do like Eva, but I can see it objectively. I've been saying this for months now, and they'll tell you, like, I've always seen Cat as being misunderstood. I've always understood why Cat still had the hatred that she has towards Eva and her mom. Like, I always got that, and I tried to look at it from an objective perspective the whole time. I don't think she's changed though. She's been the same. And if you think she's bratty, then hey, I don't know. I just think when you're rich, you're entitled anyway. And I think a lot of people are misconstruing bratty to entitlement
And
because
a lot of the
it's
Duprees
hard.
are. All
Yeah,
of the Duprees walk with a
It's
level of
hard not to
entitlement.
have that kind of money and not be entitled. Because you feel as though this should happen because I am such and such, and everything happens the way I want because I throw money on the table.
Hell, Vernon and Anita showed up like, hey, we need somewhere else to be while we're waiting to see the doctor for X, Y, and Z because we're Vernon and Anita Dupree. So
Yeah, everybody's
to
yeah.
think that Kat is supposed to be the only one to not use her name or not lean into certain things when that has been how she has been raised is wild to me, but I get it.
She's
Well,
no different than everybody else.
my opinion is that the reason why I think Kat is in it can be referred to as being a person who's about to change is just it mostly has to do with her age. Anita is older and grown. Vernon is older and grown. Martin is older and grown. These people are older. And Kat is the one that is in
But
that
Martin
age
isn't more
range where
mature than her.
I know that I am not the same person I was at 22, 23,
But
24,
what can
25.
Cat do differently though, Miss
So
Jen?
Right, and for sure.
What can she really do?
It's
No, I get
simply
what you're
growing
saying.
up, even in the choices that she's trying to make it with her boyfriend, with her life, with her career, with her attitudes, with the way she feels. Kat, in my opinion, is struggling with and change, something that we all have gone through.
But give me an example of where you feel as though she needs to grow up that's
Okay,
different
I
from
didn't say
everybody
she
else.
needs to. I said that she is.
Or how she
And
is.
that's just something that happens in her age range. That's something that happens. So I think that even Kat is in a space of always asking questions about herself. Am I like this? Do I come off like that? Do I really do such and so and
I
so?
still do that
Do
now
I
at my
want to
right
live in
age.
Tomas?
Which is
Do I
which
want
is
to?
I
the
still
brilliance of it.
But
I
even
still
She
bring it at my right
asked
age.
her mother. She asked her mother, "Do you think I'm a brat?"
I
She
still because
asked her
everybody
mother
because
this.
see everybody it's understandable because everybody is telling her that.
So what I'm saying, because she
If
continues to
everybody
act
told
that
me that I
way.
was mean, then I would have to go to my peoples and say, yo, do you think that I'm mean? If I got 5 people out here telling me that I'm mean, I would have to ask
Exactly.
somebody
So
for
I have a
another
question.
opinion. I
I
don't
have a
care,
5
even
people
question.
at my
that you
age that I'm at
value.
now.
I have a question. So nobody on the show is perfect. We know that, right?
Yeah.
So where do you see opportunity for Kat to improve in anything, or is Kat just perfect?
No, everybody has
I don't think
opportunity,
that
but we
Cat
don't
is
have this same
perfect. I think that
conversation
Cat is
about Miss
more
Chelsea.
honest.
Why
I
don't we
think that
have this
Cat is the
conversation
one of the
about
most.
Chelsea?
Where do you see room for growth for Kat? Like what do you see room for growth in Kat, or Kat just perfect? She
It's
jumped
not
to a
about
lot of
her being. It's
conclusions.
not. It's not her being. It's not her about her being perfect. I think that she's the most honest character, and even with her flaws, she is honest. Everybody else is still trying to maintain a mask.
I've not spoken to her honesty and her being dishonest. My question is just where do
Well,
you
that's
see
how I gauge
opportunity
the
for
characters.
growth for Kat?
I don't look at it as if the character is perfect. I don't
No, I
think that
said growth.
she
Room for
Nobody's
growth.
perfect.
can I finish my statement really quick?
No,
Golly.
I'm saying room
I,
for growth.
I'm trying to get to it. What
Okay.
I'm saying is I can't tell you that I think Kat needs to grow in certain areas because I think that as a character, she's already progressing as she should at the pace that she should, doing certain things, questioning things. I think that you're right about her growing, but I don't think that there's a very pivotal shift happening. I think the growth that you're seeing is her being disillusioned by her father because he's not who she thought she was. And now she has to wake up to that. And now she has to adjust to that. And now she has to make certain decisions in reference to that. But she doesn't have any real fatal personality flaws that she needs to change immediately, unlike a Martin or
And,
unlike
and
an
and
Eva
why don't
or
we have this?
unlike a Leslie.
Why don't we have this growth conversation about Chelsea? Chelsea, they're like the same age. We don't talk about Chelsea having to grow. It's always lined up on Cat. Yes, they're young and they're going to grow as they get older, and that's understandable. The natural progression is understandable. But I do agree with Erica, and it's like, why is it so focused on Cat and not nobody else? What is Cat doing that's so immature that nobody else would do?
Well, I think for me,
Chelsea
one of the
absolutely
reasons for
grew
me
after
is
she
that
got kidnapped.
I really didn't. It's not the idea of what you are or who you are. It is the ability to be able to present who you are in a way that shows the humanity for other people. She doesn't show she shows disrespect for others. She acts like you owe her something.
Everybody.
Wait, just let me finish. Look at when her cousin was, we can't say the word abducted, I guess, but whatever you call that. She told that man, I am a Dupree, and my grandfather did A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That man did not, he was not obligated to help her find that cabin. That had nothing to do with her being a Dupree. But she threw her name out as if this man was just, who do you think you're talking to? I am a Dupree.
She was operating under distress, though.
Wait, let me finish. So this is what I see. Now I go along with you. Everybody else has flaws. Everybody has some places that they can improve. But I think for me, I only speak for me, it's personality that I don't lack, that arrogance that I'm better than you and my back up on my shoulders. That's why with her, we don't know about Chelsea. Chelsea doesn't seem to have those feelings of thinking, acting like people are beneath her. We don't know what. Well, Naomi has her own problem, but yeah, that's my reason for Cat. But again, like I said, I do not 1,000% like the character, but I do say this week it was her choice, and she should not have been pressured. It's her choice to be tested or not to be tested.
The
Okay, and I
example
want to
that you
say,
gave, she was operating under.
I want to say that I don't dislike the character of Kat. I'm simply observing that I feel that she's in a point of growing, and it's no more, no less than that. So even though I think Kat she can be a little snooty, but I think Kat is growing. She can be a little selfish, but I think Kat is growing. So
And all of them are
my
growing.
take on her is not one of negativity per se. It is really my hope for her. Like, I'm excited to see her grow. I think I've said that several times, that I'm excited to see Kat growing, because I'm excited to see the character growing, to see what she's going to become. What kind of woman is she going to be? Is she going to be a person to continue to hold on to old bones and just can't never let them go? Or will she be the kind of person that will grow out of that? Will she ever make a decision about where she want to live, who she want to live with? Can she be by herself? I think Kat is in a period of growth, but at her age, she's supposed to be.
Exactly. What is she like? What is she like? 24, 25?
The
Because
example that was
Chelsea,
given
after
was
Chelsea got kidnapped, Chelsea went through a
When
major
Kelty was taken against her will.
when Chelsea got abducted.
Taken against her will.
When she came back,
Uh-huh.
she grew up, because Chelsea was a flippergibbet before this all happened.
the
She
one
was
example.
whippy and dippy as I don't know what. So when she came back, there was growth that happened, and I think when Kat comes out of this ordeal, when this whole thing is over, because she will come out of it, I think she's going to be changed. I think she's going to be more mature. I think she's going to be less reactionary. She's going to go through a growth spurt, and that's a good thing. I'm with you. I'm here for it.
Now, the one example that was given though about Kat being snooty, that was given she did that out of duress. Like the way she was ignorant to that dude that was part of their swinger thing. She came at that dude wrong because she was in duress. Like, you can't really fault these characters for being under pressure and sometimes maybe might talk a little ignorant to people. I can't see that as a good example.
He didn't owe her anything.
Nah, but she was under distress though.
Wait, when I want something from you, it is my responsibility to convince you that you want to help me. He did not owe her anything. He didn't have to do anything for her. How dare you act like my grandfather built this place and all that stuff? I don't agree.
But when you're dealing under duress, everybody's not going to handle the situations the same. Everybody handles things differently. Some people apply more pressure. Some people might fall back. It just depends on the person. Like you can't really like when you're under distress, you're willing to say anything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let me see. You all kind of covered this one, so I'm gonna skip that question. Do you think that Kat could have lived with having said no?
No.
Or do
Well,
you
I mean,
see
could
this
a person
character?
could live, but
Do you see this character of having struggled with that? No, do you think that she could have been okay with saying no?
I think if it wasn't for the key characters involved, she probably could have been okay. But when you talk about her dad would have been affected, when you talk about her brother would have been affected, her nieces and nephew would have been affected, when you talk about Andre being affected, it makes it far worse for her
I'm gonna tell you something
to
though.
You
come
know
back from
what?
that.
If Cat
I
is really
personally would
this,
not have made a decision based upon what somebody about to think. I'm old enough now to know that. If I don't want to do it, if I'm too scared to do it, if I don't want to put my life on the line, y'all just have to be mad.
But it's
This
not
my
about
life.
that.
This my body. This my whatever. And I think that that's the same thing for Kat. Now I've enjoyed quipping back and forth, playfully talking about she should have did it. She should have, I think that this is not a position I would have wanted to be in. I
Nobody I
think
don't
this
think
is not
would.
something
nobody want to
I
be
would
in
have
that.
wanted to do.
Nobody want to be in
Nobody
that
would.
Yeah, but
position.
but the
But
thing
you
is,
know,
if
if
somebody's
Cat
life
is
has
really
been as
good,
good as Cat's, as long as it has, this has to be quite a first. Like this has to be quite a thing to have to face first. She's never had surgery, never been sick, never had adversity. Really, this is for me to have to face this, and then against the girl who I ain't been able to stand. This is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, at the end
if
of the
if,
day,
if
though, it's not making the decision based upon everybody else's feelings. It's making the decision based upon your feelings. And I think for her personally, as a character, she would feel bad the fact that her dad would be so distraught, the fact that her peoples would feel so distraught, and that does kind of force you into making that decision. It's not really. It's just the fact of you don't want to see them go through grief like that. So at a certain point, you kind of have to if you want to be there for your peoples.
But
Okay, let
once
me let me
again,
read a
we're
couple
going
of
back
let
to
me
the
read a
very
couple of
last thing that Kat said when she told Ted, "I'm not doing this for Eva. I'm doing this for you."
Yeah,
So
rightfully
that
so.
that says it deep down somewhere. And just like when Anita told her, "You already know what you want to do," she was just coming to Anita, who is like the sage in the family. She's coming to her to get confirmation. So if she's really this
she
deep.
didn't scream
If
till
if
she was
she's
sick.
this deep good person down inside that she is, she'd already made that decision that she was going to do it
And even when
despite
she pushed her in the closet to save her life, Kat was still being very snippy to her. Like,
She
girl,
was.
bad. I
completely.
could
She
have blah blah
was.
blah yada yada. So
But she
I'm just
didn't
I'm
realize it, and
I'm
then heat was still there. She
I'm
didn't
just saying
realize
I'm
he
just
was
saying
saving her.
even in the midst of trying to save her life, this ain't
That's
got nothing to
right.
do with Eva being sick.
That's
I'm
right.
saying she was still like, girl, and this and that, and you didn't need to do such and
That's,
so and so.
and
She
the
because I
writers
commented on that. I
and
was
the
like, why
writers
she gotta be acting creepy
the
while she
writers
trying
are
to
not
tell her?
even talking about the fact that Eva had street sense enough to know that cat could have been killed, or she could have been
She could have
she
lost her
could have
life.
been deformed so badly.
Hold
But
on. Hold on
And
one second,
Cat
you guys.
Cat Cat never
Hold on.
explained.
I want to read a couple of comments. Hold on. Okay, so Belinda says Kat wasn't under distress when she snubbed June, and she said, hold on, I just want to cover some of these comments. Nope, she wasn't under duress when she sized up June and turned her nose up at her. Who else is Belinda says Kat wasn't under duress when she snubbed June. I just saw that one. Okay. Cat gives the energy of living beyond the gates. Is it good? Not all the time, but Cat has room for improvement. That's what I feel.
that's
All of them need to grow. All of them are not grown or growth. Grown or grown, not grown. Okay. Uh yes, she does have character flaws that she needs to change right away. That's mean, cruel, and nasty. That's how she feels. I wanted to get some of Rhonda's comments because I saw some. Folks' eyes are wide open to Cat but closed to Eva. I don't agree with that, Rhonda. I think that you can have a discussion about one character and it has nothing to do with the other character. For me, it's not a Cat and then it's Eva. I could talk about Cat without needing to bring up Eva. Without needing to bring up Eva, I just think that Cat is in a place of needing to grow up. That's what I feel. That ain't got nothing to do with Eva. And just like I
I
have
agree
my
with
whole
you.
list of things that I feel about
And you
And
Leslie,
know,
that
and
I feel
she
about
she's
different ones. Hold on,
growing.
you guys. I want to finish going through some of these comments. Give it up, Erica. They only love Eva over here. Being a brat, being a brat hurts who? Kat's family is trash. The way they ride for Eva versus supporting Kat is mad crazy. See, and what I'm gonna say again is I don't have a dog really in that race, but I'm gonna talk about Kat as I see this character fit to be talked about, and I'm gonna talk about Eva as I see Eva fit to be talked about. I will see they may write Eva next to get up with a stinking attitude about Kat saving her. You don't know, and if you think I'm not gonna talk about that, then you have another thing coming. But I'm not. I wasn't blind to the fact that Eva did when she first flirted with Tomas. I thought that was
Wrong.
wrong, way out of order. And so I'm not one to be like, well, it was different when she was well, she was such and such and something. Well, if something happens, I'm gonna talk about what happened. That doesn't make me one way or the other. But if you can't stand for somebody to talk about a character just because you like them, the way I don't let y'all talk about Bill, then I would understand.
But it's
If
different.
Cat is that girl for you, Cat is that girl for you. But that don't mean when I'm over here running my review that I'm gonna act like Cat didn't do something that she did. Now I'm not.
It's
I
different
do
levels
think she
though
should
on
have went
how
and
it's
got
done though.
tested. I think
but
this is how I feel. I feel like she should have been willing to help, but I can't make her help because if it were me, I don't know if I'd have been able to do it.
Guess there's different levels to how it's done, and then it's also the snarky comments from time to time that
But
can
they
be
wrote
felt.
it this way for y'all to be
No,
arguing
I'm
about
just
it.
saying the snarky comments that you give from time to time, it can be felt. So I can
But you
The
get
know
that.
what?
right.
I
Writing
can
is
get those. I
I
can
don't
get
brilliant.
those.
The
care. I don't
I
writing
can
care.
get
is
those
Feel
so
statements
good.
feel
though.
the snarky comments that I have about everybody else. Don't get all in your feelings because it's about one person. I'm about to talk about all of them when I get
Listen,
ready to talk
I'm
about all of them.
objective,
All of
and
them can get it.
I'm objective, and we had this conversation before. It mainly comes out on cat. It does.
The writing, y'all, is so
It
good.
it comes out
They
on
are
cat.
they are pushing their
I ain't
pen
even
for
had no
real.
reason to say nothing about Cat, but as I told you, all of my commentary is always going to be about what's been written and what's the show is about. I wouldn't be talking about Cat right now, but unfortunately, this is what they've been writing about for the past 3 weeks.
that's
So
right.
Cat has to be in the discussion, but Cat ain't had no need to be in no discussion for me, so I ain't had a chance to talk about no Cat. But y'all, wait a
Can
minute,
I
I don't hear
can
you
I
saying that when I'm talking about Haley. I don't hear you saying that when I'm talking about Leslie. I don't hear you saying that when I don't even talk about Shanice. I think she need to get out the way for that. I talks about
Yeah.
Nicole. Everybody can get it over
It just
here.
feels a
I
little
ain't got no
snarkier
voice
at,
coming.
except
It
for
seems a little
Van.
more snarkier coming about
at
cat
the
though.
end of the day, though, we all are coming to any piece of media that we consume with our own lived experiences and perspectives that inform that. My biggest thing is that I wish that more people were honest about the place that they're coming from when they make the comment, as if the thing that they're saying about a character is 100% fact or 100% true. That's
It's
why I try
100%
my
how
best
I
to give
feel.
a ton. No, no, no. It's 100% how you feel. I'm not talking about you specifically, Jen. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying, like, we've been doing this for so long, and I get thousands of comments a day, and a lot
Mhm.
of the people who are responding to me don't even realize, like, how they're speaking specifically from their particular point of view, and it's skewed. Like,
Yeah,
I could totally see people hating Kat because they were bullied by a girl who thought that she was hot. So when they see Kat on screen, it's like, oh, she thinks too highly of herself. Oh, she's one of those. And like, my thing is, own that, right? Like, if you don't like Kat, cool. You don't have to like her. I'm watching Love Island right now. When Soul came in the house, all my friends were like, "Yeah, she's great." I'm like, I don't know, something about her I'm not feeling. And I'll
Well,
tell you that, like, I don't have like a thing to justify all of my feelings. Sometimes my feelings are just my feelings,
My
and that's
feelings,
cool
right.
I,
too.
I
Let me
own
ask you something
mine.
though, Erica.
And I've
When
owned
you're
mine 100% at the beginning. I do
Me
not
too.
deny,
uh-huh.
but I
I
do
own
try to
mine
be
too.
objective. And as I said when we first came on tonight, people who know me know I'm 1000% no cat. I don't like the girl, but her rights. She had the rights to do what she did this week. So I have nothing negative to say about the way she behaved. She was a good actress. She's an attractive girl. She's not my girl. But the only thing that I had a problem with her was when she was sitting down processing and she made it quite clear that hatred was still boiling. I don't hear you, Erica, say anything about her saving, Eva saving her life. If Eva had not pulled her into the closet, she could have been cut in half with glass.
I wanted to ask Erica
Anything could have happened, but I don't necessarily know if Eva is, when she wakes up, if she's going to be excited about going into that closet that her mother ruined everybody's life out of. Like, I think that she
Yeah.
thought about it because she knew about it, but I don't actually think that she saved Kat's life by putting her in that closet. But if that's what
But
you believe, then cool.
so Eva's street sense came in handy because Kat
How
was
is it
trying
coming in handy? She needs a liver now, love.
no, I know what I'm trying to say. She was trying to for Kat. Kat was trying to run away, and Eve was locked her in the closet against her will, telling her that glass was flying everywhere.
I
You
get
have
that, but I
to
think that you're also making an assumption that if Kat had an idea, she would have left Eva there, and then like
no,
I
I
think
didn't
that
say I
you're
didn't
saying this in a way that like Kat would not have reciprocated in
I
that
didn't
moment.
say
So
I
I
didn't.
can't.
I know I'm not saying don't read
No,
into what I'm saying.
I
What I
think
am
it's like,
saying is that Eva is not being given any credit for the fact that
yes.
she possibly saved her sister's life. End of story. No reading into.
I
She
think that
pulled her
y'all.
in
I
the
think that the
closet.
problem, the reason why we're here, is because y'all have wanted to give Eva all of this credit that she is so rightfully deserved, all while not actually giving her the accountability that she deserves. My resistance to give Eva credit is specifically tied to that. You can't also want credit if you don't take accountability. That's another reason why
Well,
I'm
I
going to
can tell
continue to
you
ride
what.
with Kat, because
Do
Kat
you
is going to stand in her decisions. She's going to stand in what she said. She's going to be accountable to it. She's going to make apologies when she needs to. And Eva can't say the same thing.
Well, you can go ahead and ride with Kat.
I
I'm not
mean,
trying to
but I
change your
mean,
mind.
but
What
I
I
mean,
am
but
saying is that the facts are the facts. If glass is coming in all direction and somebody locks you on a closet to save you,
Okay.
that pretty
Okay.
face could have been scarred up. I'm not saying nothing about don't read into it. Just hear me when I'm saying. Eva did her a favor by saving her. Eva locked her in the closet
That is not a fact, though, ma'am. That is your feeling. That's not a fact.
That's what she
That's not a
said
feeling.
to her.
That's your feeling.
What isn't my feelings that glass was flying around everywhere?
Glass was flying around. A tree landed on Martin. He's still alive.
But her
So maybe
coming in,
even if she would have got scraped up by glass, she wouldn't have died.
I didn't say she would have died.
I do have a
said
question
nobody's
about.
giving her
But
credit for
I
You
that.
said
guess
that
it
she
was
I
saved
do
her
have a
Eva. It
life,
question
was
right?
about
Eva's
Saving
something.
her life
fault
means
that she
stopping her
wound
from
up under the
dying.
staircase and she wound up
Hello,
getting hurt. That's all.
is it
So
me
Eva's
or
whole situation is on her.
I guess
Eva did this all to herself because Eva can do no
I
right.
didn't say that.
okay,
I didn't say that.
I
This
have
the
a question.
conversation that's
I
being
have
had
a
right
question
now
about
is
something,
them trying to
Erica.
make me give her credit
Can I
for
ask
something.
Erica? Can I ask Erica a question? Okay, because I just want to know for future, right? So when you said Eva needs to take accountability, what accountability are you looking for Eva to take? So when if we see it, like if it ever shows up, then we know that's the accountability that, like people were waiting for Eva to take. Like, what
Thank
is
you
that
so
accountability?
much for asking that question, Jen.
hmm
Thank you. That accountability looks like the accountability of being an accomplice to her mom, enabling her mom. There are lesser incidences now, but she continues to enable Leslie to be the menace that she is. And I have said this in numerous occasions. Eva would find me right behind her the moment she starts to distance herself from her mom. Is it easy? No, but sometimes you have to do it because that woman is not okay. She is terrible, and you cannot build your own relationships with these people and trying to ground them in something solid while your mom is constantly using you as a way to get in and foil anything that these people have going on, but specifically the peace that everybody is trying to cultivate. So I would love for her to take accountability for her part in enabling her mother to be the menace that she is, because she does have a culpability in it.
I've been saying that the whole time, even
And so
down
does
to
that?
Eva, even down to Eva telling her mom that Ted was in the hotel drunk. Like, you
Okay,
don't need to tell your mom nothing
Hello.
about
so
Ted, like,
so
at
that would
all, or
mean
nothing about these people. Like, she
so that
keeps
would mean
doing it.
that so that would mean that you're waiting for Eva to turn. Wait, this is my line of question. To A, turn her mother in. B, never invite her to anything else again. And then because that's being an accomplice to her foolishness, an enabler, and
She
to
doesn't
turn her
have to
in.
turn on her.
I'm
She
saying
doesn't have
like
to
to
turn
get
her
her to
in, but
turn.
she could stop. She could set firmer boundaries and
Yep.
decide that
I'm
I
saying,
will
what do those
no longer
boundaries look
be
like?
used by you.
The boundaries is she would never have no
I
back
think
and forth
that day,
conversations
I
with her
think that
mom
I
about
think
the
that day
Duprees.
is coming, because I also think that I think that Eva is in a position now to grow into that kind of stance with her mother. Unfortunately, though, that's attached to the man that she's with. I don't
But
think,
see,
without that, I don't think Eva would be even able to grow into that. I think that hopefully Isaiah is going to be able to open her eyes up to some things that she allows and how she is
I don't think
accommodating,
that
because I don't
Isaiah
think that's
will
the
though,
conversation
because
that she's ever
Isaiah
had.
doesn't see her doing anything wrong. My point is, every time that anything is brought
No, no,
up,
he's
nothing
talked about the
actually
stuff
gets.
that her mother has done. He's talked about that.
I've been saying this
But
the whole
but it's
time
not
for
in a
months
state. He
now that
doesn't talk
Eva.
about it in a way of holding of Eva holding Leslie accountable. They talk about it in a way of how they're going to work around Leslie. The time has come to stop working around Leslie. She needs firmer boundaries. She needs better structure. If you want
Yep.
to be in my life, you need to operate this way. And guess what? That's a coming of age for a lot of us. I've had to do it with my mom, with
Well,
my
how
And
do
yeah,
you
grandmother.
how
Well,
do you think
and
she's
well,
don't
going to
mention the whole
this is
thing is
why
the
this is
whole
why I
thing would
just
be
said
hold on.
that when
Hold on,
both
the
of
whole
these
thing would be
girls.
don't mention the Duprees ever. Don't bring up what Ted got going on in his life to her mom. She needs to stop doing it. And I've been saying the same thing for months. It's kind of like you got some parents that tell your kids, don't go running my mouth over there to your daddy. Or don't go running what I'm doing over there to your mama. Like, don't tell my business. And Eva runs and tells everything to Leslie, and she used that stuff to as a maneuver to get into any situation that comes up.
And all of us are in agreement that Eva enables Leslie. And I hate Leslie and I love Eva, but I agree. This is where I do not rock with Eva. The fact that she's always running back to mama blabbing stuff like she blabbed about
but
Ted the
Jasmine?
dog. Well, she blabs about so many things. But I understand the narcissistic relationship
That's what I was
and the
going to
poor.
say.
I understand all of that. But I am hoping that once Eva and Kat, when both of them come out of this situation, they're going to come out of it more mature and better young women, and perhaps uh you said that is will hopefully help Eva to see that she has got to break that tie with her mother. She must break it. Not to say, oh, I'm never going to speak to you again, or if you walk in the country club, I'm going to walk out. But you cannot enable her foolishness. You must
Well,
put a
I want
stop to it.
to I want to ask a question.
Can I ask something to Jen real quick? I'm sorry. Can I ask
Where
something
do
to Jen real
people?
quick?
To me,
Can I ask something? Yeah.
okay.
Um. So I could be misunderstanding, but the tone seemed like, Eva's doing all that she can. So when you asked me, what do you think she could do? And I responded, I think we leveled that out. But it feels like people think that Eva cannot separate from her mother. And if she does it, she'll be wrong. But my question for you is, what is the difference in Isaiah cutting off his parents because he doesn't like how they behave, and Eva, so much so that Eva can't cut off Leslie?
We
He's
I was
all
not
asking Jen. I'm
codependent.
asking Jen.
She was
I'm
asking me.
asking Jen real quick
He's
first,
not
y'all.
codependent.
She was asking me a question. So let me hear the question again, because forgot what you said. What was your
What's
question
the
again?
difference? Because I kind of feel like you feel like she can't really do much when it comes to Leslie, like she's doing her best. But I'm trying to see, do you see how we actually have an example of what that looks like in her boyfriend? And why can't she even do that? Do
Okay,
what her
so
boyfriend is doing?
this is what I feel about that. I think Isaiah is a stronger character. I think Isaiah has been raised with more than one parent. I think Isaiah has not been raised by a narc. Okay, so I think that Isaiah has had the strength and the ability to see and do that. Whereas I feel that Eva has been isolated to really just a mother who is a narcissist, who has been controlling, molding, and doing all kind of craziness around this girl for years. So I think that that is the difference in why he is able to just detach. But I feel that if Eva gets counseling, and I think she does need it, that then she may be able to do the things that she needs to do, because I think that Eva is exhausted by her mother. I think that she's always, Mama, what have you? Because she's always putting out fires for Leslie. Leslie starts fires, Eva has to put them out. That's the relationship that they've had. It seems like all of her life. I do crazy stuff, you come fix it. I do stuff, people blame you. I'm good with that. So, but I think that Eva is gonna have to go through some counseling, and I think that if this character goes through some counseling, And if she ends up with somebody like Isaiah, that it will be the thing that will be able to help her see it, because you can't fix it till you see it. You can't
And
fix it till you know it.
I think that the
And I think
consequences
Eva
that she's
just
been
doesn't
suffering
know.
is how that happens though. So when
But I think
people
she
are
doesn't
looking and like,
know,
oh,
and
she needs more
there's the
grace, she needs
difference.
this, she needs that.
No, it's
It's
not
like,
grace. I
okay,
think she needs counseling.
right, okay, but until she gets that, right? Until she gets the counseling, until she does the thing, then you're going to suffer the consequences of your decisions. That's how life
I
works for
think
all
she'll
of
figure all
us.
that out. I think she'll figure all that out, because I'm saying, even with her laying in the bed now, Eva laying in the bed out of it, she ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And if your mom over here, oh kitty cat, that could have caused Cat to turn around and said, you know what, I'm not doing nothing. Why should I
That
do
lady said
anything
that
for you?
she was going to
Why
kill
should I do
Cat.
anything for her?
She said that she wasn't going to, they was not going to need a living donor because if she caught up with Cat, then she would go ahead and just take it.
Okay,
Like
but
she
my
was
point
talking
is,
big cash stuff.
but my point is, what did that have to do with Eva? And that's what I'm saying.
Nobody's validating anything
This
Leslie
lady keeps
says.
on doing things that crosses what she does into Eva's laid out
What,
cold in
what
the
y'all are
bed fighting
missing
for her life.
what y'all are
And
missing
yes,
is
what
that Eva's
Leslie is doing
enabling
is
is
affecting
validating
this
Leslie. You're
girl.
saying that nobody is validating
Eva
Leslie,
is
but the
not
problem is that
Eva
Eva
is not
validates
Eva
Leslie.
is not
But
enabling
Erica,
Eva's
anybody
laying
right
what
now.
out
make
cold. She ain't got nothing to do
okay?
with nothing
I'm saying
Leslie's
she's
saying
not
right now.
enabling
Right?
anybody right
Okay,
now.
okay. Right
May
now
I
she's
say
not, but
something?
her previous behavior has been Eva validating Leslie's decisions and behavior. So no, she can't do it now because she's unconscious. But historically, that
But
is what she has been
let me
doing.
For
I
me,
have a
this has
question. I
to
have
be
a
good
question for
enough that I
Erica. I
say
have a
that I
question for
think that the
Erica.
girl needs.
I have
Hold
a
on one second.
question for
I'm gonna let you
Erica.
ask your question. I'm gonna let you ask your question. Hold on. For me, the best that I can say, the best that I'm ever going to be able to say for Eva is just that I hope she gets the counseling, because unless Eva gets the counseling, Eva is not going to be able to do any of the things that she needs to do when it comes to her mother. She's not.
Okay.
Eva really has to realize, because she likes to romanticize her relationship with her mother, especially during the early years. Oh, mama always took care of me, and apparently they didn't have money for medical stuff, so this is how Leslie learned how to wrap legs and everything. But Eva always talks about how, oh, she was fun and she really wasn't that bad when we were growing up. Eva didn't see it. Eva was conditioned from day one. Eva really needs to be unbrainwashed so she can get away
Right,
from her,
right.
But see,
so
no,
she
I
can
can't
get
even
away
buy
from
that.
her mother.
I
She's
Wait.
can't even
got
buy
to
that
get
because
away
hold
from
on
her.
now,
Wait.
Eva actually does see it now, and she tries to stop Leslie. Here's the thing: the fact that she's enabling her is the fact that she knows if she give her mom any kind of information, her mom is going to go and do something diabolical with it. Eva knows this, and yet she still runs her mouth to her mom. So you can't yeah, I get the fact of yes, no, you don't have to completely detach from your mom, but you don't have to tell her everything. She could
Now,
keep her mouth shut
now,
on a lot
yeah,
of things,
I
and she
agree.
still runs her mouth.
I agree with that, but I want to ask Erica a question. Do you feel that a person who has been socialized in toxicity and all kinds of misbehavior can just one day stand up and shake it off and say, "I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. I'm going to be the strong
Oh,
woman.
but you can
I'm
stop
going to do
talking.
it." Now, do you believe that?
You can stop
No,
talking to her.
absolutely. Well,
I think.
that's
Well,
all
are
she
you
has.
asking me so I can answer, or y'all gonna answer for me?
Okay, I'm done. Okay, you can answer.
No, I don't think it is just that simple. And being a young lady who was raised a certain way in Northeast Baltimore City, there are certain toxic things that I had to unpack. And over the course of the time of me unlearning, relearning, reparenting myself, I lost friendships. I lost opportunities. So that's the only thing I was trying to make the through line, a connection with in reference to Eva and where she's at now. Um, I'm not specifically coming for the criticism that people have about Eugen liking Eva. I was just trying to make the correlation between Eva is suffering the consequences of her actual behavior, and that is a part of what it looks like as you're living, as you're growing, and hopefully as you're learning. So when I'm saying I don't actually have sympathy in this regard or that regard, not this week with her needing a liver and about to die, I definitely empathize with that. But before then, I don't, because she hasn't gotten to the place of, okay, she doesn't have counseling, so she can't do X, Y, and Z. But we have been given by the writers various moments where she has said, or at least shown, that she's unhappy with this, or she's rethinking something that her mom did, and that pissed her off, or she understood it for what it was, and she's doing nothing with that information. So if you just indecision is still a damn decision, especially when you are an adult. So if you are choosing not to take any action on it, even if you don't know the perfect action to take, then you still have to suffer the consequences of that. And I think what I struggle with, especially when it comes to people coming to me about Eva, I think that people are advocating for her to get more grace and more credit and more respect than she's, one, deserves, or two, she's earned. And it's two ways that she earns it. She can make the decisions and do the things and change right now, which she is not quick for, which we already discussed. Or she can take the lumps and bumps and bruises that come with making the type of mistakes that she's making and getting egg on her face and getting Kat not being able to acquiesce to her and being a slow transition into society. Those two are the options. I think it's very authentic.
When I listen to you on your channel, you seem to have.
Oh, you listen to me? Thank you.
I listen to you, and I am subscribed, but I had to let go some of the issues because your hate for Eva seems to be so.
That's a strong word, hateful.
I'm hateful. Wow. And this is where I struggle because, and this is what I mean by like people not being aware, like they're having their own self-awareness when coming into the conversation. To tell me that I am hateful because I don't acquiesce in the way that you want me to see Eva is a very interesting
thing. To Eva.
I don't want
she said hateful to Eva.
I don't want to change how you feel, but the expression of the hate is so passionate, so deep.
I'm passionate about everything, babe.
I have a question. I was going to ask you this earlier, Arrrguh, because your channel, because I would only hope that my channel could grow to be as big as yours one day. Okay, so this is my question. What is that like though when people disagree with you in that size of an? You know what I'm saying? When
It depends on how it goes. I think the Beyond the Gates audience has nothing on the hate that I got from All American when I wasn't an Olivia Baker fan. Like I got death threats, I got SA threats, I got all types of stuff about my commentary. So I'm kind of like conditioned to it now. I look at it as the people who respectfully disagree and the people who disrespectfully disagree. The people who disrespectfully disagree, I either block you or, well, mostly I'm going to block you and move on. If you respectfully disagree, then I dive into the conversation and it's just like, okay, let's have this conversation. I actually have to budget time in my day though to go through it because it is a lot of comments.
This whole Eva Cat argument, because I listened to it with other creators, I mean, the vitriol and the lines in the sand about the Eva Cat thing. And quite frankly, I'm exhausted with it because nobody's going to change anybody else's mind. Everybody's on their sides with these two characters, and the only one that will change anybody's mind about these two characters will be the way that they write these two characters, because nobody's going to change anybody. Nobody's going to make a Cat fan into an Eva lover or vice versa. So
I also think that that's not my goal. That's not my goal. My content. My goal. My content is for me to express myself, which is also why I've gotten much more comfortable with blocking people. Because if you don't want to hear what I gotta say, cool. I'm on my channel. Like this is my digital house that I built. I'm not here to convince anybody. I am here to give articulations of things that people might be feeling or thinking and don't know what the words are to say. I'm here to advocate for myself and how I feel. Like my channel literally started because I used to call my cousin and debrief about All American, and he's a UPS driver, so we would be on the phone, and then I randomly recorded it one day and started to upload it, and then people were like, yeah, nobody is saying this, and I kept going. So like,
how long have you had your channel?
I've had my channel for a while, but it didn't pop off until 4 years ago, maybe.
Did you ever have times that you felt like just, I ain't doing this no more?
Girl, yes. Especially when people come in and they try to tell me about myself. They say, well, maybe, ma'am, you didn't just say, I can't see the names because I'm on my phone, so I'm so sorry. I can't see who the person is that was speaking. But I get called all types of stuff, and people think that they know me regardless of how much context I provide. No matter how many of my personal stories I provide, people project a lot of things onto me, and that can be a bit frustrating. But I also have gone on a journey with the progression of my channel to grow into the woman that I actually want to be. And part of that is being more self-assured. And like, I know my intentions. I know that even if I'm talking about a Leslie that I think is completely diabolical and menacing, I'm speaking about her flaws, but not in a way that like, I just hate this woman and I would kill her today. Like, I don't have that type of energy. I come to it and I bring a lot of psychology to it because that's how I approach the world. I try my best to put things in terms that, make sense to me, but also help people feel seen. And all I got to do is stay true to that. So, like, Jen, you stay true to that. Whatever you started the channel with the intention of, hold on to that, and then everything else will figure itself out. There will be ups, there will be downs, there will be waves where everybody loves you and then everybody hates you. And that's just a part of it.
Okay.
And we can talk offline about it. If you want to talk more, we can definitely talk offline about it. Like, I don't have no problem with that. Because, girl, I've definitely had some experiences, some very interesting experiences. It's a lot to put yourself out there, put yourself, on Front Street. I am covering or attempting to cover 6.
Oh God. And Beyond the Gates.
That's including Beyond the Gates.
God, no. I got time for this. This all and this about to drive me crazy. It's a lot. I mean, I don't know how you doing those 6.
Well, I just brought on an editor, so he's helping during my birthday, so I don't have to actually do that. All I have to do is record. And I'm looking to grow my team more. Like, I'm looking for a social media person now and a graphics person. Because I used to do, probably before, last year was a tough year for me. I lost 2 family members and my dog. So last year I didn't produce as much. Thank you. I didn't produce as much, but thank you. But before then, I was covering at least 4 or 5 shows at a time. And that is when I saw the most growth, honestly.
I'm covering so many shows, not one.
Mm-hmm. And when I was covering the shows, covering them so in depth, like All American, I'm probably like the top YouTuber when you look up All American because I just put out so much content. For the first 2 years,
I've not heard of that.
I love that show.
It's on the CW.
When does that come back?
It comes back July 13th, I think. It's a coming of age sports drama that's on the CW. The final season is coming this year. But my first 2 years of covering that, like while it was premiering, I dropped videos every day, sometimes 2 videos every day. And that's when my channel really took off, like out of nowhere. And then I just kind of like kept it going. And then Sisters also, I would go 2 months at a time and drop a video every single day for Sisters, talking about any and everything that there was to talk about.
Ooh, sure.
Oh, y'all watch a heck of a lot of TV. I just watched this show, but it's allegedly a black soap opera, so that's what attracted me. But I don't watch all that TV.
Not the alleged.
Allegedly.
There's some things I watch for myself. Like I like Raising Kanan. I like Raising Kanan, so that just started.
I got to get back. That comes
This is the last season, and I'm telling you, first 2
no spoilers
episodes, I'm ready to hurt.
No spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers.
I gotta watch it too.
Let me tell you this: episode 1, you're gonna be ready to throw something at the TV.
I bet. Did y'all like Nemesis? I haven't finished it yet.
Nemesis was good.
Don't tell me I haven't finished. I'm halfway through.
I'm not gonna tell you. Nemesis is definitely good. And Divorced Sisters. Do you cover that?
I do. I actually am pretty popular for that as well.
Yeah, I like that show. That too. I just started watching that. I watched the first season. That was good. That was good. Yeah.
But back to Beyond the Gates. It's been.
Well, I'm watching this one. If they keep on messing up, I won't be watching this one after a while. Because, like I said,
we gotta hang in there. We gotta stick with it. Okay, so the one thing I will say, y'all, is that I also have to be mindful. Like, I'm struggling with the whiteness of it all, but they are on CBS, right? They are owned by Paramount, and the Ellisons own that. So at the end of the day, they can only do but so much. I'm really surprised that we have what we have, given who owns the network.
But this is why I'm trying to hang in there and support them, and I try to support all the content creators, even if I don't listen to it all because it ain't my cup of tea. I'll still throw you a like because you're trying to support the show. Yeah. But I ain't got time for all this. I'm too busy.
That's what I do too. I usually check in. If I don't like what I'm listening to, I don't leave any nasty messages. I'll give them a like and just move on. Because
that's what I do.
It's not good for me emotionally. I'm not going to be able to allow myself to get emotionally upset and I just move on. But I will give them a like and I move on. I don't leave messages. I seldom leave a message on Miss Jen's, but I don't leave messages and telling people how they ought to run this show. It's your channel.
It's
You
that's
do as
right.
you want, and if I don't want to see it, you don't have a gun to my head making me a pop out to my head making me look at it. So I have a choice to move on, and that's what I do. I usually just move on.
And I didn't even know since I started watching Beyond the Gates. I didn't even know that there was such a thing as content creators because I'm not into all this stuff. I'm
But
but
Beyond
I
the
I
Gates
jumped
has
on and I
more.
started seeing these content creators for this black soap opera. So
Well,
I said, oh, let me see what this one is doing. Let me see what that one is doing. I mean that
Beyond the Gates has more probably content creators carrying it, people I never heard of before than any other soap now. And that's the way it was about, remember on Big Brother when Taylor won, it was more content creators that came out of the woodworks. So
I
for
never watched a single episode of Big Brother. I
oh you
don't.
did.
I not a single. I'm not a TV show person. I'm really not.
So with this
I remember when Sex in the City first came out, and everybody's like, "Oh, Sex in the City." I never saw not one episode,
But
not one.
I think for this Beyond the Gates, a lot of people had the same notion that you're talking about, Jasmine, because E Daddy told me that if it didn't get better, that was before the liver thing, he was just going to drop it. He'd give it this summer, but he was going to drop it. He said he didn't want to see. And the same thing you mentioned, it's supposed to be a black soap opera, and there are people of the dominant race that are getting more time than the actually contracted black people. So yeah. Hmm.
And all of their storylines are bad. I want I want to see more Vernon and Anita. And I would, I want to see the Black Newman family. That's
I know,
that's
I
that's what I
know,
signed up for. The Black
I
You
Newmans.
gotta
know.
give credit where credit is due, though. They have been killing it over the last 2 weeks.
But
You know, so
we're not talking about the last 2 weeks. That was
yeah,
before the tragedy.
Yeah, we're mainly talking about September through May. September through May, Beyond the Gates has just been was stale
yeah,
from
it was
September
stagnant.
through May.
Yeah, it was stagnant.
It's just starting to pick up and get good again. Kind of,
I
sort of.
agree.
Well, from a perspective of, I got into this not because I actually wanted to be a content creator. I write, I direct, and I produce. So I originally started growing my channel and I started to cover the shows because I felt like the shows that I was covering, eventually those people would want to watch the things that I produce. So from the writing perspective, I just want y'all to know, like, yes, there's some ways that they can grow, but it's hard. It is so hard. Like I have two shows and a short that I am in development with, and like getting things made, getting things green lit, especially when it's black centered, is damn near impossible right now in this industry. So I try to give them a little bit of grace because it's honestly what they're doing is
Mhm.
it. I'm very surprised that they're being able
I
to do
know
it and
they
that they're
having
going to
a
be able to
hard
go on for
time.
4 seasons.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they having
Yeah.
a hard time pushing anything through. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. They have to like run everything through a sieve a few times before it
And those
gets out
the
there.
executives that you got to meet with, bruh, they're the like they don't
Mhm.
get it. They don't want to get it. It's the worst, honestly.
I think that without being in that space, it just always seems like you're walking into a space where people already have their preconceived notions of what people of color are like, what they talk like, what they dress like, what they're interested in, what food again. And if you're not
Yep.
writing that, then they're like, "What do you mean
And they're mostly
sushi? What do you
negative.
mean? What do
Yep.
you mean? What do you mean black people are sitting at a table eating sushi? I mean, what? I don't get it."
They
Have
have their
have have,
preconceived
have you
notions and
have
they're
you
mostly
noticed how the
negative.
dialogue? Have you noticed how like a lot of the snappy dialogue that we got at the very beginning, that we said, "Wow, I know people who talk exactly like that." That all that snappy dialogue is gone. I mean,
I
just
agree. What I miss the most is the gossip table between Mona, Leslie, and Jan. And I was just telling Mom this week, the chemistry came from Mona and Leslie together.
yep.
It didn't come from Mona and Jan together because we see Mona and Jan together, and I feel nothing. It's not even from Jan and Leslie because we see Jan and Leslie together at, at certain times, and I get nothing out of it. So the two people that made it possible were Mona and Leslie, and now Mona and Leslie have broken up and gone about their separate ways, and it just took away from the show, in my opinion.
And the whole Orphe jeans thing, I mean, we would kind of look forward to say, so okay, who's going to be hanging out in Orphe jeans today? It was kind of a thing, and that's gone, and all of the snappiness that I loved with Shanice, that's gone.
It's
Oh
They
yeah,
gone. Yep, it's
yeah.
gone. Shanice is a whole different person. So is Mona. Mona and Shanice have changed entirely. They
completely,
used to be gossip people.
and they were
But now
fun.
Mona
I
is a
mean, like
country
we know
lady.
somebody like that. Everybody knows somebody like that, and it's relatable. But now what they've done is like they've castrated these characters.
I
It's
agree. I totally agree. And I'm finally, someone's getting what I'm seeing.
Can I
Someone's
touch?
seeing what I'm seeing.
Can I touch on something that we've been going back and forth about real quick?
What's that?
The whole switching of the baby thing. Do y'all really think that Leslie would be this way over Eva if she switched her kid with Kat? Do y'all really think she would be as hurt and as whatever she's going through right now if that wasn't really her baby?
Yeah, because
Y'all
I
still
think in
think
real
that?
life, because I think in real life where you've seen people who have stolen people's children, and I don't know that I know that I think they were switched. Well, hold on one second, let me see, because somebody's trying to come in. I don't know that I feel like they were switched so much as. Oh, wait a minute. At the stage. Who did I just? Oh, there it is, Sean B. Okay, I don't know if I feel like they were switched so much as just somehow Nicole is her mother. But yeah, I think that in situations where we've seen people who have stolen children in the past, they are very much into those kids. They are very much love those kids. It's really crazy. And did you see the
Well,
girl who was fighting not to go back to her real family
no,
because and she was like, I don't care if my mama did steal me at
yeah,
birth. She my mama.
that was because those people really actually wanted a kid type thing. So yes, they treated their kid with whatever. Same thing with the people that adopt kids. But for the reasons that it was floated around that Leslie would have switched children would have been be so her kid can experience the good life and the other kid can experience
Right.
whatever.
Right.
So under those premises though, it seemed like if she knows that Kat is her daughter, she would have more love for her than what she's actually showing. And at a certain point, you got to come clean with it, I guess. And it's like, and she's just willing to. She switched kids, and now she got their kid, and she loves their kid more than she loves her own kid. I can't see that world. I'm sorry, I had to bring it up when I'm watching it, and I see Leslie crying, and I see the emotions that they bring into her. I find it extremely hard to believe that she switched kids.
I don't know. Could be not. But we'll find out whatever's going
we getting ready to
to
find
be.
out because you know what, with Kat having this upcoming medical crisis, it might be a situation where Nicole and Ted have to give her blood.
They know
We
her
And
want the
blood type.
drama. We want the drama that we want, Va.
I hear you. I hear you.
We want the drama.
so it might be a
I don't believe
situation
it
where she has
anymore.
to give blood, and they're like, "Wait a minute, the markers are not right." It's like,
Sean,
"What? What do you
Sean
mean
Erica,
the
B.
you
markers
covered
are
it. You
right?
covered this
Not
in depth.
right?"
Do
I
you
didn't know if
believe
you
that they
guys
were
knew it,
switched
but
at birth?
Sean B came in. She
I
said
don't.
hi to
Be-
you guys.
Hi,
Hi.
hi, Sean
Hello,
B.
hello, hello.
I
I don't
missed
believe it
you.
anymore.
Oh,
Miss Lil, hi
So,
Miss
Wait, what was
Lil.
that?
Am I?
sorry.
Yeah.
I don't
Huh?
believe it anymore.
you still believe it?
But I think that there's something else going on here. I would argue that that both of them would not be her daughter before I think that they were switched at birth anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
can
saying
see.
that
I think it's something funky gonna
you're saying
happen
that
though.
neither of those girls are Leslie's?
I'm saying I would believe that before I believe they were switched at birth now.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I
You
know
know
can't
what?
one
believe that
thing.
at all.
I know one thing. The show has gotten much better at pivoting to stuff where it's like, wait a minute, where that come from? I'm like, what?
I also think y'all some of it, and this is a part of like, well, I mean, I guess it's my job to like look at the show in this way. Y'all were talking about the dialogue has shifted and characters have changed. I think Shanice's character has changed because they have put a man in her life and she's a male identified woman. So that's less about the writing not having agency to be able to give her what she had before. Her priorities have shifted. So that means that her language is going to shift, her behaviors are going to shift. Mona is still gossiping. She's just doing it about Nicole, which is why it's not funny to me no more. So I just wanted to add that in there. And I also think that some of the dialogue they're trying to tap into a younger audience as well too.
Well,
Hmm.
they had all that young snappy dialogue. I like that, and they've cut a lot of that
I mean
back.
like Gen Alpha. I'm saying Gen Alpha young. Like Like they say certain things that are more trendy and more social media terms now than they do in reference to like black colloquialisms.
Hmm.
Well,
Trying to appeal
hello,
to the
y'all.
18 demographic.
Sean says hello to you guys.
Hi,
Hello.
Sean.
Hi,
Miss
Sean.
you.
It's been a while since she's been here. She wrote and said that she's been in
Yeah.
school.
But I really hate that ever since they put Shanice with Ted, it's like she had a whole personality transplant. She's like she's insecure and just
Isn't that with everybody though? Like it seems like,
I hate it, but don't y'all know women like that?
yeah, like
Uh,
that's everybody. That's a lot of people rather. Not
I
I
everybody,
don't know
but a
don't
about
lot
want to
of people.
see
everybody,
it.
because I didn't graduated out of that phase, Bookie. But
I
yes,
want my snappy Shanice, and it seems like Shanice, maybe Shanice is in her 30s. I'm guessing she's older than Kat and Chelsea, so I'm guessing she's in her 30s. I mean, come on, girl. I want my sassy Shanice back.
She still getting
I don't want
sassy.
this, but I'm no, but she's like she's so insecure
she
and
doesn't
the
stand up. She
cone
doesn't
and the
stand up for herself in the same way when it comes to
yeah, and she
Ted. And
used to.
honestly,
That's what I'm. And
we have
she
a
used
history now,
to.
though. Looking at Auntie Monica and and the advice that she gave, we know why. We know why she's backing down in the way that she is, because
She's
she's
had past
being
trauma.
influenced to do so. Not past trauma, because she's not having somebody reinforce the fact that, oh no, girl, you're not questioning this because you're paranoid. You're questioning this because this pattern is weird, and Ted is shifty. Ted still does have a lot to prove. I think that Ted is asking for too much from everybody around him without actually giving enough evidence that he is worth putting themselves out there and being vulnerable in that way. You are just coming out of a marriage where you betrayed this woman that you were with for over 20 some odd years, and you want the next person to immediately trust you, and then you're going to blame it on her because she doesn't? But you also still let Leslie call you Teddy Weddy every chance she gets? I'm going
Exactly.
to need y'all to be for
Ted is a
real.
mess. It's a mess. And that's why if when you look in your comments sometime like back in the day, I would always write run Shanice run. I would hear content creators talking and I would just type run Shanice run. That's always been my opinion that she need to get away from him because he's dragging her down. He wrecked her personality. Okay, great. You got a man in your life. Whoop-de freaking do. So what you got to turn into this because you got a man in your life? Please, come on. Or
But
maybe
that's
this
the
just
brilliance of the show, though, y'all. That is the brilliance. Like, while we hate it,
yeah,
like, there's certain
yep.
things that we hate. I know I do. I also am like, well, it's also real. Like, I've also lost a couple homegirls to I got a man and I got to move different. And
Oh
you know
God
what?
knows I have. I have. I lost a really good friend behind that, and I was shocked. I was, and I shouldn't, but but we look. I'm an older lady. Um, and I just was shocked. I'm like, we too old for this. Really? Seriously? But I'm like, okay, but that's the way you want to roll. All right. If you like it, I love it.
But Jasmine, sometimes when women become involved, they get to the point where the authentic conversations you and that person had before, it's no longer going to be possible unless the man is nowhere in sight.
That's
Because
true.
they learn, as women, we have been taught to adjust ourselves to fit the situation. FBAs, we've always adjusted to the situation. Like I was talking to someone and they were saying now about most of the dominant culture is complaining about the economy, but you're not hearing FBAs say too much about it because we have always been the adjusting group. We adjust to whatever we have to. We adjust to survive. They have not had to adjust. They just walk in the room and say, I'll have this, I'll have that, and I'll have this. And they think they have it coming to them. And I think the same thing with women and men. Men and women are not going to show you who they really are unless they have a very, very authentic relationship with their husband in front of him. They're going to talk a different language.
Wow, I feel sad for people who gotta go through that. I'm
Yeah, I
glad
do
I ain't have to
too.
go through that.
Me too. Cause
Because
I ain't doing
My
all of
my
that.
my my position has not changed.
I
I'm
ain't
still
doing
the
that.
same self. My wife still deals with the same people. Like, nah, we not about those
Because
days.
you know what? Here's my thing. If you have relationships, you have women in your life, friends, women friends, male friends, whatever, things that you do in your life. And if you have to stop things that you've been doing before you met this person, because now you're with this person, that's a problem. And you
Sometimes,
If
may
they're
and
not
you may
harmful, if
yeah,
they're
and you
not
may
harmful
not
sometimes it
things.
can be toxic.
and you may not see it now, but down the road you're going to see it. Because if any of you could talk to my best friend, who I'm still friends with. We've been friends over 50 years. We met when we were kids in high school. And she would tell you, Jasmine is exactly the same. She got the
Some
same
friends
now.
don't.
They're exactly the same. I'm the same girl if you see me on Thursday at 6 o'clock, or if you see me on Saturday at 10 o'clock. I'm the same person.
Now, some friends don't respect your relationship, and those are the friends sometimes that you do have to get rid of.
Yes, I agree.
And it is not, and then they the ones that's going to look at you like you changed, and it's like, yeah, I might have changed, but you got to respect the situation because I mean, everybody changes a little bit
If
when
it's
they
a
get in
good
a relationship.
situation, if
Yeah,
it's a good situation,
like you
those
can't be
those two
calling me
things go
one
both
o'clock in the morning.
ways.
Yeah, you can't be calling no more 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I
No,
mean? Just to shoot
no,
the
that's
crap,
out. No, that's out. That's out of the question. I
and then
mean, yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
they get mad at you.
Hey
So
y'all, let's
no,
get. I don't want to miss us because it's 11:53. I don't want to miss us getting into this Bill and Danny situation.
Oh, let's go.
oh,
Oh
So
yuck,
God. Oh Lord, please.
yuck, yuck, yuck.
Jen,
I'm so
Let's
Jen,
mad at
go.
her.
Jen, you
That's my
don't know how bad
girl.
she broke my heart this
That's
week,
my
did
Jen.
she?
girl. That's my
Why?
girl. That's my
I am
girl.
in
I'm so mad at
distress,
her.
Jen. Oh my goodness. I
Oh.
cannot believe it.
What?
I
What did
thought
you
she
can't
had come
believe?
so far. I thought, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. She's really the victim of a narcissist, because
God,
she really is, because
oh God.
it's like you think you have gotten over that hump, and I'm speaking from experience. I didn't go quite that far, but you think you've gotten over a hump with this person, and they roll right back on the scene, and you jump right back into that same pattern. You have to catch
I'm
yourself.
gonna blame any mistake I made on the person being a narcissist. Like anytime I make a mistake, yo, that person's a narcissist. They brought me down. I mean, come on, man, we got to get past this.
Var, we were
Danny,
doing so good. Var, we were doing so good. I was vibing with
man,
you. Don't do that.
it can't
Don't do
always
that.
be love, sweet. It can't always
That's
be
not what
love.
she's saying.
It
That's not
can't.
what she's saying.
No, I'm just saying. Every time we have a conversation, narcissists come out. That's
But
my
that's
only
not
pushback.
because
I hate that.
we're dealing with
Okay,
narcissists.
but can we unpack it before we dismiss
Let's
it? Can we
go.
unpack what she's saying before we
Yeah, let's
dismiss
go.
it?
Yeah, let's go.
Because I personally think that Danny is past the point of being a victim, so we
Thank
can't
you.
just ascribe it to that. However, that is at play. That's a part of it. But at some point, she does have to take responsibility for her actions, especially after we watch her go on a whole journey of looking back at her former self, being disgusted by it, and seemingly accepting it and supposedly moving forward. And then the very next thing that you do is cave to this particular man, even though
Ugh.
you have all of this now learned lived experience. No, she's going to have to eat this one.
See, here's the
Yep,
thing.
yep,
Here's
yep.
the thing. And that,
She gonna have to, because fate has been kind enough to her to send her a really good guy. And then she turns around and does this. But I am glad that she acknowledged that she made a choice.
see,
And rather than her just saying, "Oh, I made a mistake." Nope, you made a choice.
here's the thing. This was a
Exactly.
build up.
You made a choice.
This was a build up over months. The kissing sessions that she had. The simple fact that the only reason why she stayed with Andre was because she saw that it made Bill feel a certain way, and yet she continued to pursue the marriage. Danny,
No, you're
the
forgetting the big
unfortunate,
O's, Gar. Don't negate the big O's now. Don't
what's the
let's
big
not do
O's?
that.
What's the big O's?
She did not just stay in the marriage
Well,
because of how she stayed in the marriage for the pleasure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, either way, no matter how you slice it, though, right? Like she still has that attraction to Bill, and that wasn't over with. So therefore, you go through the 3 times she kissed him behind Andre's back and everything else, and this was just a culmination of the moment. She was not over Bill to begin with. And
nope.
I kind of blame Andre because this is not a way that you start a relationship. And he should have been old enough to realize that. I think he was just so thirsty to be in a relationship that he just took whatever he could get, knowing that this relationship, unfortunately, was built on a house of cards. That's what it was built on, and managed to stick around
How
for a little bit, but it's built on a house of cards.
how much I think Miss Lil B, I can't see the names. I'm so sorry. I got so much stuff on my screen.
Miss
But
Will.
and specifically from Bill, are we ready to have a conversation about if Danny is also battling bits of narcissism as well? Because part of me feels like the decision making that the writing is pointing to with her making this decision is a little bit more tied to the idea of getting her lick back in her ego when it
Yep.
comes to Bill. Because how
Yep.
it was one
Yep.
thing for him to cheat on me and I stayed, but you cheat on me and then you left. Like that to me feels like it's also something psychologically happened there too.
I don't think that
But
she.
you
I
know
don't
what?
think
When
that
they
she want to
showed
live.
that scene, I'm sorry.
No, I don't think
When
that she. I'm sorry. I don't think that she wants her lick back because that's why she's feeling like so messed up. She could have been got her lick back when they were making out in the office and it actually stopped. She could have pursued that and kept it going from the beginning. I think she's struggling with the fact that she's not over Bill. And I think that she's still trying to come to the rationalization of actually cutting him completely off, which is difficult in a sense because they do have kids and you still be in communication with him more than you would have to any other ex, unfortunately. But part of that is Danny still loves Bill. She's not over him. And, that's just what it is in a nutshell.
But I
Danny
also think
still
that for
Danny
women, it's not always a case where you're going to get over it. Like
Yeah.
there are people that I still love, and but that's not going to complicate my future marriage. So I think
exactly.
it's not a negative that she still loves Bill. That is not
Well,
going to
yeah,
change. And
it kind of
if we're
is.
You know
waiting for
what?
that to change, if we're
You
waiting
have
for
to
that to
take
change for
that
her to
love
be in a
and put that
relationship,
in the
then you
right
think that she's
spot.
never going to get in another relationship. Like you can't say that she can't love Bill before she gets in a relationship because that's
No,
not going to
but
happen.
you know you have to get over him. It's a difference from loving you as a person than being in love with you. I don't think Danny ever fell out of love with Bill. I don't think she had the time to process it. I don't think that he's just in her face too much. When you're dealing with kids and your kids' parents, that's a different level. And you have to really be
Mm,
completely off of them in order to move on because every loose moment that you have you're gonna mess around and fall back into that trap again because y'all gonna share
I'm
shared experiences.
But see,
I'm not
Danny,
negating what you're saying, Var,
It's
but
coming
I
from
also want to
experience.
offer up. I want to offer up additional context, right? Because I do think that she had time to get over Bill. I think also Bill pulled the okey doke because he started in the last 6 months. He has shown her the Bill that she has always wanted, which is a
Yeah,
lot different than
that's
the
true.
Bill that actually left her. So we also have to give that part of it. It's not just simply, oh, you never got over him. Because I think that there were very real moments of like, no, but because he is doing a great job of changing the propaganda around him with his
Yeah, yeah,
behavior lately, and he's
yeah, yeah.
coming through in every dire moment. Now the
That's the
the
Bill she
the
loved.
rose colored glasses start to come back on. You know what I'm saying?
but
Yeah,
still,
If
but
it,
Danny, the fact that Bill disrespected her, defiled their marital bed, the fact that her daughter, they walked in and caught that.
Oh, that sent me through the roof.
If that didn't
In
push
her
her,
bed,
if
bro.
I would
Yeah,
have
that was
never,
raggedy.
I don't care if I had a baseball team worth of kids with him, that would have been the end.
but
He
y'all gotta realize though, men go through it a lot too in the same type of scenario. Females will stab a dude up, almost die, and the dude still goes back with the woman. Like that happens. You know what I mean? Even far worse than, finding somebody cheating, I guess.
but do any of you find it strange that Bill does not seem to be tempted by other women with Haley? And according to Danny, I'm just going to
Yes,
make this up. Every three
I've
months,
said it.
he was cheating.
I've
You
said it
would
in my
think he
videos. I need to understand. I need to understand what's different about Haley. Why
I
haven't you
can tell
stepped
you in
out
a
on her
man
yet?
perspective. I can tell you
Mm,
in a man perspective.
what is
She's
it?
he's
giving
going through a
him
midlife crisis.
no, not even
He
that.
got a
No,
young girl, a much younger woman, his daughter's friend, a woman his daughter's age, a hot, sexy woman, and
he,
he's going through a midlife crisis. I can get that, and he got it. And then, but the bad thing is, he turned around and got Danny again. And if I was her, the thing that I would feel I'd want to peel my skin off my body. He took her in that nasty hotel elevator, and she let him. I was like, oh no.
he
But
let
but,
her.
but my
He
question
let her.
my question is, since Danny described him as a serial cheater and he did it over and over and over. He even flirted with women at the Winterfest in front of her face. My question is, what has been the factor that stops him from
I was
pursuing
about to say.
other women with Haley?
I was about to say it's the simple fact that right now he was content with Haley. You know, so he has a new young thing. It's a new play toy, and he has been content over the last year. Well, not even over the last year, for like 6, 7 months with her. And his eyes started to wonder. That's why the whole Danny situation came up, them kissing and different things of that nature. So he hasn't been faithful for a year. He was faithful to her for like only
No,
like
no,
6 months because it
no,
was new.
Bar. They were together before they got married. They were together for like 8 or 9 months before then. So
Okay, so
it's
okay, good.
pushing two
Okay,
years for them.
so yeah, okay, yeah. So he's been faithful to her for like almost 2 years. You know what I mean? Because it's new, I guess. And plus, the simple fact that Haley strokes his ego.
Midlife
Haley
crisis.
makes him feel special. You know what I mean? And to the point where Danny probably got caught up with the kids and everything else, and maybe wasn't making him feel as special as Haley does. Haley bites her tongue on a lot of things just because she's hustling them,
But
and that makes it
People
easy for
love
somebody to,
it.
I
to
People
dig
definitely,
them.
love to
I,
have their ego stroked constantly.
but he
Yeah.
They
I
did.
said
love
in my
that.
videos, when I brought up that question too, I think Ms. Lil, um, I want to know when he started cheating on Danny because I doubt it was from year one,
That's
and
what I'm saying.
that will give me better context for like how he's navigating the initial years of his marriage with Haley. And then I think that part of it is too that Haley was a means to get back at Danny and like stick it to Danny. So he also could not be stepping out because he got the ultimate get back or whatever he's trying to do to hurt Danny
I
in
don't think it was.
Haley. So he doesn't need additional women.
I
But
don't
he
think it
also,
was.
He
I
had
don't
no
think.
reason to
but
hurt
may
Danny.
I say
Yeah,
something?
that's what I was about to say.
He also said that, and I'll never forget it. Danny lost herself.
Yeah,
The fiery, foxy woman that fought, she lost it because once you become a mother, in many cases, not every case, your personality changes to a certain extent because your priorities are different now. But when it was just
Well,
when it was
we
just
can't give
when it was
we
just
can't give
Gary.
too much credence to that though
no,
because
you
that's
can't.
Bill's toxicity speaking
Oh,
because he
I'm not.
wanted to elicit this fiery Danny. And it's like you should be able to relax in your relationship. You shouldn't feel like you have to fight every woman
Well, see,
for your husband.
I'm not taking up for Bill.
Haley's not fiery, so that
I'm not.
comment kind of lost.
I'm not taking up for Bill. I just said
Yeah,
he.
she is. Haley at every turn. Haley can't even see Danny in the same room without rolling her eyes, without wanting to leave, without making a
No, I was
sideways comment.
talking about fiery towards him.
Well, I'm saying the word is fiery, but basically what he was alluding to was like that fight. Haley does have that fight. It just looks a little bit different. And it's like to
Okay.
me, I'm saying I don't want to give him credit for that because that's his toxicity and his needing for his ego to be stroked and having a woman fight for him versus
And
being
there
settled in
really,
his situation.
there really is no excuse for adultery. I'm not trying to make that because once you
There's a
get
reason for it,
married
though.
and you have children, both of your priorities should change. But I brought that up because he mentioned to someone he was talking to, Danny lost herself. But I want to
He
ask
said it to her.
Wait, I want to ask this question. When your wife started to losing herself, did you have a conversation with her about what how is she feeling? Why are you losing interest in this thing? What is going on? Is there anything I can do? Should we have more date nights? Did he try any
Can
of those
I add
things?
additional context real quick too to your question? Because I think that your question is valid and I want people to answer it. But also, Var, like you're saying that he told her that, but he also told her that he participated in squelching her spirit and holding her back. Like he admitted to being a part of the suppression of who she really was.
That's no I have no disagreement with that at all. Like he treated her like trash, and the way that he reacted to her was not cool
And
at
and
all.
and
So
Dennis
Well,
and Dennis
you're saying that there's a reason why he cheated. It's like he was also a part of what he's claiming is the reason why he cheated. So no, you don't actually have a reason to cheat. You can have a reason to leave, but you don't
that,
have a reason to cheat.
I mean,
that
everybody has no. You can have a reason to cheat. It doesn't have to be valid. So you can ask somebody, why did you cheat? And they could say, because I didn't like the fact that my wife cut her hair short. That's not a real valid reason to anybody to cheat, but in that person's eyes, that was their reason. Everybody has reasons
And
for
in my
doing everything
opinion,
that they
that should
do,
be a
unless
reason.
they're
If that's a
psycho.
deal breaker for you, then that's a
No, not
reason
a
to
deal breaker,
leave.
not a deal
No, I'm not
breaker,
saying you. I'm
but a
not
reason.
saying you particular, Var.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
no,
the
I'm not saying me
example,
neither.
the
No, no, no.
words, the words that I'm using. I'm saying that is a reason for that person to leave. That should not be a reason for that person to cheat. If you have a
Ah,
problem with something going on in your partner, then the option is always available for you to leave them before you cheat on them.
you
And
always
you
have an
know,
option, but to that person in their mind, that is the reason why they did
okay,
what they did. And
but
also, some people feel as though it's not a good reason for me to leave because
okay,
they
Var,
might not want to leave the relationship, but they might want a reason to cheat within that relationship. And people use
okay,
all types of stuff to do that.
okay. Let me remind you, Var. Vernon said in one of the episodes that Billy raised Danny up on a pedestal and left her there, I guess, so she could fall. So he deliberately did not want his wife to get more attention than him, I guess. And she was going to all these different states, and men will eyeing her up and down. So I think deliberately he wanted to take away part of her personhood, the confidence that she had.
I didn't really foresee that. And then a lot of things that we got to take in
He
consideration
said it
too.
though, Var. He said it. He admitted to that though.
He said what? He said that he put her on a pedestal just to leave her there.
No, no, that's what Vernon said. He admitted to holding her back. He admitted to seeing certain things that she needed and not providing on purpose.
Okay.
He that was a conversation that him and Danny had.
Okay, okay. I mean, at that point, and another thing to consider too, like the age is like he was with her since they was kids. Well, not you know, what I mean, 20 years old, people still consider that kids. 20 something, younger 20s like kids, and now you're like 50 something, and it's like a whole different perspective. And I really think people shouldn't even really get married that young because you don't really find out who you are until you get older, unfortunately. And I think that's the situation that they kind of going through now. Bill is really regretting the way that he treated her. He's really starting to
You
regret
think he
that.
really is, or do you think he just want his wife back?
I
I mean,
think he,
not his wife, but he just want it back. Because
nah, I think he's regretting it because when you see him in his moments where he's by himself and he's actually reflecting and he's going through these flashbacks in his head, he wouldn't be going through that if it was just about the making cake situation. If it was just about he wouldn't have his moments where he's sitting back and reminiscing about it. Same thing when his ex partner, when that whole thing came up and Danny told him about him and everything else, he felt genuinely bad that she felt violated by him. Even to the point where he's coming to Helly to talk to her, like, yo, I'm upset that I wasn't there to protect her during that period. You're talking to your new wife about your ex-wife not protecting her? You gotta be having some type of sensitivity moments.
mm,
So I don't think it's just a cake making thing. I think he really realizes, hey, Danny was the love of my life. That's why he said, like, maybe I would be cool
let's say she
if Helly
was.
found out.
Danny asked him to keep this on the low, and he said he would. Do you think he was
Mhm.
about to tell Andre? Because I think he was about to tell Andre.
I think he was about to tell Andre too, and he's going to keep dropping crumbs in
Yep.
front of Andre. He going to keep dropping them
Yeah,
crumbs, and it's going to lead Andre right up to the truth. But he,
Mhm.
but here's the thing: he told Danny, he confessed to Danny that he had hurt her enough.
yeah.
But then, what does he
Ooh,
turn around and do? He starts
ooh.
dropping breadcrumbs in front of Andre.
Erica
So
J
Bill is full
said
of it.
Bill lost his battle with his waistline a while ago, but he expected Danny to stay sexy. Stop it.
No,
Ooh,
I don't think you got a thing with her being sexy anymore. But
ooh.
that was a funny comment.
He just he just come in and talk about
And he lost his
me.
battle with his waistline.
Yeah, but all those buttons are straining. Those buttons are fighting to stay in place.
Jasmine wanted to get in it too. Okay. Yeah,
We
yeah.
know he.
Being
Come on,
mean.
Miss Jen. You know he
What?
got a gutty buddy, beer belly,
Hey,
Billy Goat
hey,
gutty buddy.
hey,
You know he
hey,
got it up under
hey,
that nice
hey,
suit.
hey. Only because Bill did dirty did today. I'm gonna let y'all have that one today.
I think
Woo,
I
tough.
think Bill is wrong for doing what he's doing, but he wants her back. You know, he willing to risk it
Danny
all.
really love Andre if she did what she did in that elevator?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Does Danny really love Andre if she did what she did in the elevator?
Yeah, I think she loves him. I do. I think just because somebody cheats on somebody doesn't mean that you don't love them. You know what I
Look,
mean? And I think she has more shared life with Bill, and she's not over Bill. And I think it's like one or the other type thing. But I don't think just because one cheats means that they don't love you no more. That's
Okay,
not the case.
but love is
Is she
action.
in
Love is
love
action.
with Andre,
It's
or
not
is
just
she just
words.
using him?
Love is action. So even in
Love
that
should have brought you
moment,
home last
but
night and kept your clothes on in the elevator.
yes, but even when you in an elevator like that, if you really really love your husband, you'll remember the hurt that would be on his face and all the things he's done for
Right.
Well,
her.
that's why she came at him like that. That's why she came at Bill
No,
like
wait,
that.
wait a minute. He picked her up when she was so drunk she couldn't even put herself to bed. He picked her up off the floor and put her in the bed. And he's been there for her. He's been kind. Do you like toxic men or do you appreciate someone? That does not mean because you're married, you're not going to be physically attracted to other people. It means you just control your emotions.
Some people deal with things in different ways. And anybody will tell you just because somebody cheats on somebody does not mean that they don't love them. You know, it doesn't. That doesn't go away. It don't. It don't.
So
It don't go
you
away.
mean if Mrs. Vaughn came in there and said, I got to tell you something. I got stuck in the elevator with my ex
Hmm.
and I had made a mistake and did a thing.
Yeah.
I ain't want him, no. I ain't want him.
Yeah.
What you gonna say?
Oh, it's gonna be some. It's gonna be some things thrown around, some names, some
Some
conversations, and,
You
furniture.
gonna
and,
say
and everything else. Nah, no furniture moving. But at the end of the day, though, like I said, it doesn't negate everything that she does for me. It
okay, but
doesn't
what
negate.
if it's like 5 times, like Miss Kiki just said?
Oh, she got a problem, and right then it's up to me to decide if I want to stay with that problem or not. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? But it still doesn't negate that she doesn't love me. It just means that she got a problem. You know what I mean? Now, she might have to handle that problem on her own time and not on my time. You know what I mean? But it still don't change the fact I don't throw away everything just for making cake with somebody. It's more emotions and what you're giving them and how you're sharing with them. If she's still coming to me and sharing with me emotionally and different things of that nature, and she had a slip up, I wouldn't say she didn't love me. I would just say you know what I mean, that person has no discipline at that point, or you're just too over actualized, to put it in those terms. Do y'all think, let me ask the question to the panel, reverse it, do y'all think just because somebody cheats that means that they don't love the person no more, or in love with the person that they cheated on?
It's gonna
No,
very much depend.
no, I don't think that.
It's gonna very much depend.
What was the original question that Var was responding to? I'm sorry, I just came back. I'm so sorry, y'all.
If does Danny really love Andre because she slept with Bill in the elevator?
When they wasn't sleeping.
You can't use the other word. I'm trying
Oh,
to be
oh
clean.
yeah, I think that she
They was
definitely
wide awake,
still
There
loves
child.
wasn't no
him.
sleep. Would you say?
She 100% still loves him and is in
Yeah.
love with him. Have y'all
Yeah.
talked yet about if y'all feel like Andre should leave her?
But go ahead.
Yeah, you can go first.
Because the people is mad at me on my dang on channel.
I didn't
Why?
hear that segment.
but I also
What you say?
I try to be very honest, right? It
Uh-huh.
doesn't make any kind of sense, but I don't want him to leave. I want him to do whatever he wants to do, but I would love for what he wants to do to not leave, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I
You wanna
personally,
stay, stay.
I personally think Andre should leave. I think personally Andre should leave because dealing with Bill is more than a one-off. This is not somebody that you saw on the street and you had a lapse in judgment, or this was not somebody that you might have worked with or something and you had a lapse of judgment and you did what you did. This is the father to your kids. This is somebody that you had well over 20 years with, and that doesn't go away. The fact that you did that time, I think it leads to more in the future, and I just wouldn't want to be game for it. And especially the way that they hooked up from the beginning, they hooked up in a non-traditional way. So, like I said, their marriage is built on a house of cards that was doomed to collapse anyway. If it made it, it would have been a miracle. They got married being drunk. You know what I mean?
that
Like,
that 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 right there is definitely opinion. My thing is, I'm less about wanting him to stay specifically for Danny. I want
mm,
him to stay because I feel like he has grown as a man in this relationship. The
but
Andre that we met when we first entered the show was chasing after a random wayward white woman, and he was chasing purpose in her, exalting him as this like savior and bringing culture into her life. Like I think that Andre has been seeking meaning, and through his relationship with Danny, he's been able to find that in himself by how he shows up for her. And I love how that looks on him. I love that he's taking the opportunity to utilize the relationship in that way. And I am very nervous for what it looks like if he prematurely leaves the relationship that has been pulling this out of him,
but
because I don't necessarily
I'm sorry, go ahead.
because I don't
hate so.
necessarily believe. Hold on one second, boo. Because I don't necessarily know if I believe any of the other characters around him will pull him into this space of continued growth.
I hate that Danny has done this to him, and I know she hates she's done this to him, and I think it needs to come out, and I think they need to go to their corners for a minute, because
There,
they need to go to their corners for a minute.
this whole thing
Be-
has been based on a lie of omission, though. You know, from the very beginning, Danny has been lying to Andre. Andre is
I
under.
disagree.
Hold up, before I'll tell you where she lied by omission. She kissed Bill like right
That's
after
right.
they got together. Like
Yep.
they wasn't even together that long before she kissed Bill for the first time. Never told Andre about it.
she
Then
kissed him
a
a
little
couple
bit
of
later, yeah,
times.
I was about to say. Then a little bit later, she kissed him again. Never told Andre about it, and then kissed him like a third time, and then made
Only
cake
one of
with him.
those times. Only one of those times was when they were fully serious about each other. The other times were when they were both open and they could do what they wanted with the people that they were already
But
exploring. And that was a conversation that they had.
they had agreed not to they had agreed to be open and tell each other everything. And Danny did not tell him. She kept that from him. So therefore she lied by omission. She cheated on him. It was like, yo, bring it to the table. Don't lie. That was the rules that they set up. She went against those rules. So therefore she cheated on him. All of those times that they kissed, she cheated on him because the rules was bring it to the table. And she didn't bring it to the table. So I have no grace for Danny in this situation. I don't feel as though she was getting played by Bill. I feel as though she got exactly what she wanted in that moment, and that's what she got. I feel
Yep.
bad for Andre because Andre has been completely honest with her. He's been transparent through the whole time. Even when some stuff was going on with Ashley, he let her know. They went over there with Ashley and dealt with Ashley together as a unit. He's not having no secret meetings behind Danny's back. And that's why I feel as though, it was built on a house of cards and Danny's been lying to him the whole time.
I have to agree with Var, even though I don't have any horses in the race.
She been having her cake and eating it
I
too.
Yep.
like Andre a lot, but I think that Danny might not be good for him. I think
Nope.
Var is right. I don't think she might not be good for him.
He
No,
needs to leave her and
she's
run
using.
far away.
It's like she's been using.
She treating him like Bill
She's
did her.
using him. That
Yep.
exactly. She's using poor Andre, and she definitely get it. She, at least during the beginning, she was totally getting a kick out of the fact that it was getting under Bill's skin when she was out flirting around with Andre. It was totally getting under Bill's
That's the
skin,
But
only reason
and
why she
she
kept the
loved it,
marriage.
and
That's the
but
she
only reason why they
loves it.
stayed together.
She
but
loves it.
but one
So
thing
so she
you have to look at, this is a good man. This is a man who lost his parents, I think, at 9 years old.
Yep.
He had surrogate parents to raise him. He has no siblings. He put his whole heart into that. You will ruin him for the next woman comes along. He may meet a good woman, a devoted woman, but you have taken part of him that he can never have back. So I do agree with Var on this. I think maybe if it ever comes out, maybe Andre needs to pack his bag and let her go. And
He
then she,
does.
Mhm.
He needs to get a younger woman. Suppose he
Yes,
wants to start a family one
that's
day.
what I was thinking. They can
Suppose
have
he starts
children.
to
Yes,
want a family one day. I
that's
know he's all in love and he's all in
yeah.
lust, and they baking all kinds of cakes and tiramisu and banana pudding and chocolate chip
Banana
cookies and all of
pudding.
that. They making all of that. But that All of that does not a lifetime make.
Now let
Right.
me ask y'all this: do y'all truly believe that Andre loves Danny, or do you think he's infatuated with the great Danny Dupree, as he always liked to say to her? I think
The latter.
part of his situation is I think he's infatuated by Danny, but I really don't know how much he really loves her. I
I
think
think
he
he
throws it on
believes.
too thick at
I,
times.
I think
I
he's in
think he
awe. He's
believes.
in awe of her. He's in
Yeah,
awe
Yeah.
of this magnificent woman who walked the runways all over the world, and she's gorgeous and she's sexy
Uh,
and all of this stuff, and he's in awe
well,
of all of that.
let's put it this way: if he is not in love with her, he has certainly shown the characteristics of a
oh yes,
person.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I have to say yes. He believes he loves her, and I believe he does too.
And you know what? I think that he really believes that this relationship, even though it started on matchsticks and a house of cards, and it's evolving, but I think that he really believes that this can evolve into what, into a strong, the kind of strong relationship that they should both have. I mean, he's flipping a coin here because he's with an older woman who has two kids and who is still in love with her husband. And I think deep down, Andre knows that Danny's still in love with him. I think deep, deep down in the dark recesses of his soul, in the middle of the night, when he's laying in bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, he knows she still loves him.
But
He knows it.
I find
I
something
also think
so amazing. Andre and Danny probably are near 20 years apart, but when they're out
20.
together, they
it's
don't
it's
look.
not that much.
Well, okay, they don't look like the age difference. They just look like a couple, and they're a beautiful couple when they a beautiful looking couple when they're out together. But I think I agree with Jasmine. It would be nice if he wants a family. He's an only child. There's no
He
legacy
can get
to
a
that.
family with Danny. Y'all, I have been saying this since last season. I want her to get pregnant so bad. I want her to get
Who?
pregnant for Andre so bad. But
Who?
the part I wanted to add in was, y'all, I hate to be this guy, but you also, I kind of have to consider now because the interview that Carla did with People, she talked about how Andre's character wasn't supposed to become this thing, but they can't really believe that the audience bought it and like really identify with them as a couple. So part of this is also the writers making decisions because they're also trying to honor storylines that they wanted to do. Because for me, like 15% of the decision of Danny to actually consummate this betrayal in this elevator feels very like we're doing it for the plot from the writers, especially with it on the heels of her having that hyper emotional episode where she looked back at the woman that she was and she doesn't ever want to go back to that.
I
Mm.
think she got. I think she though. I think for real, she got caught in a moment, and I think that was a moment that she didn't want to escape. But I feel as though under different circumstances, she might not have gotten back with Bill because I think that was really a momentary situation that I think she kind of wanted deep down inside. But I don't think she was willing to really pursue it, if that makes sense. But you're trapped in a cage with your ex husband who you are still attracted to, who shows you a softer, gentler side to him. And unfortunately, things can happen in that situation. But I really think if she wasn't trapped in that elevator, I'm not too sure that Danny was really trying to pursue any type of actuality with Bill at all. What do y'all think?
I think
Thank you.
she
I'm
hadn't
glad
had
that we're
space and
giving her that
opportunity.
credit.
No, I
Say
think
that
she
again.
just hadn't had, I think
She
they
could
just
have
hadn't
hunched
had
on that man
opportunity.
in that office at any
Yeah,
They
given
could
point in
have.
time.
no, she could not at the office. Everybody always
No,
walking
they
up.
could have made. I'm gonna tell you, in real life, Miss Jen, and anybody knows, it would have made. They would have made plans to link up. All right, Bill, let's get together. Let's get a hotel room and let's make this happen. That's what most people do in those situations. But she kept cutting it, and he never really pursued her. But it was up to her. If she really wanted him, they would have made plans to link up and get together long before the elevator.
But Danny,
Slipping and
Danny,
sliding.
Danny
What
admitted
she doing?
that she made a
Slipping and sliding.
choice. She admitted that this was a
Oh yeah, she
choice.
made a choice. It was a bad choice, but she definitely made a choice. I just say I don't think she would have made that choice if she wasn't stuck in the elevator.
If she wasn't under duress,
Yeah,
that's her point. That's the
yeah,
point.
yeah. I don't think she would have made that same decision because if she wanted to do that for real, she would have. I think she likes toying with Bill, I think she likes, she was playing a dangerous game that unfortunately she lost in because she didn't get, she ended up giving too much of herself away during that moment. She never wanted to, I don't think, go that far. I think she was cool with the flirtation. I think she was cool with the little kissing that they did, but I don't think that she wanted to go that far.
Yes, and I think she was cool with knowing that she was right about him all along. Like I think that she loved that part of it.
Oh yeah, she totally got vindicated, and she loved being vindicated. But she's gonna it's not gonna sit. Nothing's gonna sit right between them until she's gonna have to tell Andre what happened. Even though she's saying, "Oh, we're not gonna talk about this," and you go left and I go right, and blah blah blah. Bill is dropping breadcrumbs. It's coming out.
Everything you think about gonna fail till you do right by me.
I
No,
don't.
they in the comment section of my videos talking about she gonna be pregnant for Bill, and I am stressed. I am
I
Ooh,
don't
so
want no
stressed
babies.
that's
about
what we
it.
I don't
need.
want
We
nobody to
don't
have
want
no
no
babies
babies on this
because
show.
all they do
Mm-mm.
is come in the scene
Why
and cry
not?
because
Mm-mm.
they bring
I
shows
want her
down.
to have
Ain't nothing for a
Andre's
baby to
baby,
do
not
except
Bill's
have
Mm-mm.
one.
baby.
Then here come the baby, and then what?
No,
We got
no
to
more
go through
But
babies.
postpartum.
but
No more.
Mm-mm.
y'all, we gotta give representation to the geriatric pregnancies now.
I
We
don't
gotta we
want it.
gotta
Oh
I don't want it.
no!
I don't
Oh,
want you. I don't want
oh
you. I don't want you
no!
no more.
No!
I
No!
don't
No!
Yo,
No!
want it.
that
No! No!
come
No!
on, no,
No!
come
No!
on,
No!
come
No!
on.
No!
This is a soap
I've been
opera,
praying
right?
for Andre to get a baby so hard,
I'm
y'all, for
praying
at
for
least
her
the
to be.
last year.
Oh
I'm
my
praying for
God.
her to be pregnant and not know who the baby dad is.
Well,
That's
you
what
Boy,
know,
I'm.
I
well,
hate
you know
that.
that's gonna happen. You know that's what's gonna
That's
happen.
that's what I need, and that's when Andre
And
gonna
she's not
find out.
even gonna be able to tell Andre that she ain't even gonna be able to tell Andre she's pregnant because she's not gonna want to have this kid and have the possibility of it being Bill's. That's going. Oh,
No, she's gonna have it.
she
They
gonna be
know
in a dither
they
behind that.
always have the kid. They always have the kid, and you got to go
But
to the
don't
last
nobody
moment.
want it.
No,
Huh?
they don't. They don't always have the kid.
She's not going to get rid of that kid. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be good soap opera. You need the good storyline. Maybe
Hey,
in
you
real
know
life she
what?
might
You
have.
know what? Erica Kane got rid of a kid back in the 70s on All My Children. She was the first one to do it on a soap opera.
Then that wouldn't make it juicy. I hear what you're saying. She did it, but that takes away the juice of the factor. The juice comes in trying to figure out who is that baby dad,
I
and
know.
Bill is going to step up.
Bar Tyler Perry already got that on lock. We got
We
that
need
itch
it.
scratch with Tyler Perry. I
We
don't need it
still
over
need it.
here.
Mm-mm.
I don't want Danny involved in a Who's the Daddy storyline. Mm-mm.
So
I
that
ain't
leaves
got
me
time to
again.
watch it.
What characters do y'all want to be in some drama then?
Not
Because we
not no
need the
babies.
drama. Go
Bar.
ahead.
You don't
Go
think
ahead.
that Danny's in enough drama? You trying to
I
up
was
the
getting
ante,
ready to
up
say
the
this is
wazoo?
she in drama right now.
She ain't in no drama, man. She toggling with her emotions. She'll get over that thing soon. You know what I mean? Like it's just the fact that Andre lays it on too thick and it's really
No,
hurting her.
he don't lay it on too thick. He laid on just enough, and she is definitely in conflict right now.
And he
Well,
lays
well,
it
you
on
Just
know,
with
enough.
she actually told Bill. She told Bill that Andre gave her the best that she ever had.
Oh Lord.
she trying to make him mad. I don't even know if she believes
No,
that.
it's the truth. Have you not seen their scenes? I believe every
I've
bit of
seen
that
it.
word.
No, I've seen their scenes, but that passion is a little bit different than the emotional connection that she has with Bill. That takes it up
Okay, but
another notch.
that doesn't mean that his sex is better just because she's
No, no, no.
emotionally tied to him.
What I mean by that is, and correct me if I'm wrong. What I mean by that is, it's better to her like emotionally. So kind of like how Nicole was talking about Ted. It wasn't the fact that she was talking about Ted. She was talking about the fact that her and Ted shared that connection. And I
I
think the
think you're
connection.
projecting though, Var, because she said out her own mouth that this has been the best sex that she's ever had, and you're invalidating that because you feel like she has a stronger emotional connection,
eh,
and you're projecting Nicole's situation onto Danny.
I might be, but at the end
When
of the day,
when Nicole, I understand why Nicole feels that way because girl, you've been living a repressed life. Period. Your sister has lived a little bit more, so she actually has a little bit more agency than you did.
listen, I hear exactly what you're saying. I still think that emotional joint is there, and I think that it makes it
Linda, you
better
ain't
a
going to
lot of
bed.
times. And at the end of the day, I think that if Bill was not that good or whatever, I don't think she would have went back and did what she did in that elevator with him.
It doesn't mean that he's not good because he's not the best. I think that's the difference between men and women and how we hear that. Like that doesn't mean that he wasn't good because Andre is better.
Well, not good. I'm not saying
I've
that
I've
trash.
experienced better. from somebody that I was less emotionally connected with, but we had much better sexual chemistry, and the person just was very well versed. So I think that that's the part that I'm saying in reference to like you kind of invalidating what Danny's saying, and it does happen, and
Well,
it happens
I don't.
often.
Well, sometimes, a lot of times when I hear these characters talk, a lot of times it be in a moment. People say stuff to hype other people up just because that's the person that you're with at the time. And
But
to
Danny has said
also,
this not only to Bill, she said it to Pamela, she said it to Nicole. Like she's declared this
okay,
to all of her friends.
well, if that's the case, if Andre better than salute to him, but it's something that keeps her coming back wanting to make cake with Bill. It's something that keeps her wanting to come
She
back and kiss
just
on
did
him.
this.
No, I'm
Oh
talking
my
about kiss
god.
on. No, no, no. I'm talking about the fact that her kissing on him and different things of that nature. It's some kind of connection that she has with Bill. It might not be all about making cake, but that connection there with Bill is stronger than I think the connection that she has with Andre.
I
It might
agree
not
that
translate
she
over
has.
into the bedroom, but it does translate over into life in general.
I agree that there is some connection, and sadly, they seem like typically codependent partners.
I was
Her to
about to
Both.
rip
say
it
because
off.
the connection is very much so given Stockholm syndrome. So I'm not necessarily
What with
praising the
Danny?
connection.
Oh, Danny, yes, absolutely.
No, I can't buy that one.
Okay, you guys, I got some closing questions for you before we get out of here because we done been on 3+ hours.
Alrighty.
Who was the best actor for you this week? Like, who did the best scene this week for you?
Cat.
It's Colby.
Kobe,
It's
Cat.
Colby.
Kobe.
Cat,
Hands down, it was Cat.
cat, yeah.
She just like she slayed all the way around.
I'm
She
torn.
Yeah,
really
I'm telling
did.
you, when Kat, I told y'all when Kat didn't have no makeup on, so y'all could see her nose and everything turn red. She was like, "I'm about to give it to you."
I need my girl to get her Emmys. I need that.
I need because
September
so
roll
many of
around.
them
I
did a
need them
great
Emmys.
job. They all got us this week. Elon and and Isaiah, Leslie,
Leslie.
Nicole, Kat,
Eva
uh,
killing that bed
Even
scene though. She
Eva, the
Eva
killing it.
way
killing the
she
bed
just
scene.
laid
She
there and
is.
didn't,
She killing
Eva
it.
was just lying there, not blinking, looked like she wasn't even breathing.
She was
I'm like,
killing that
wow,
bed scene.
Keep
girl.
my eyes down because I'm about to give
I
it to you.
adore. I really, really adore the actress who plays Eva, even though I don't love the Eva character. Amber. I also follow her on social, and to just see what she's doing with this opportunity, you can tell that this is a person who has prepared for this
Mm-hmm.
opportunity, and she's meeting the opportunity, and she deserves, and she comes to work every single day, giving it her all. Like I'm just like, yes, girl, I want you to have all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Eva might be raggedy in my mind, but I want Amber to have all of the things.
I mean that girl, how she could just lie there like that. No emotion, no
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm like, you go, girl.
Oh, I was joking, but yeah.
No, seriously, but seriously, everybody. Some people just look like they just laying, just laying there like, mm. Because I was looking, I was like, I'm gonna catch her blank and move her eyeball. I'm about to catch it.
Not nothing.
Nothing.
Not a nose twitch, not a lip twitch, not a
Mm-mm.
nothing.
I would like to see some, but from this episode, I wish we could see some bloopers. I do. I wish we could see the bloopers from
Oh, where
these
she bust
episodes
out
that we
laughing.
didn't see. Yeah, where they laughing or just stuff happening and just like that they need to know like we're so in that we're like show us the bloopers, show us the behind the scenes, show us more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I bet you when Leslie comes out with her little zingers, like what's the last one? She called to Masa Mojito. She said,
Hmm.
I would love to see the bloopers from Leslie zingers
Yeah.
because I'm sure those zingers are ad libbed,
So
and
did
she catching them off guard with that stuff.
so did Beyond the Gate stick the landing with this storyline for you guys? I think this the best one they done did as far as unrolling something. Oh, except for when they brought Eva out as being Ted's daughter.
It's high up there.
Yeah, I think
I
they
think
yeah they did it.
Anita with the cancer storyline has also been phenomenal. So it's
Yeah,
up
it was
there for
good.
sure.
Yeah, it was good.
Like all their big, other than the Impaler storyline plot line, like all of their plot lines been hitting. Like they've been good. Even down to the wedding. The wedding was good. You know what I mean? With
I don't
Danny
know.
going in
I don't
there.
know. Peaches. Bar, you like peaches?
No, but that's not a major storyline. I'm talking about like the build-ups. So Peaches,
Okay.
you get what I'm saying? Like it was a build-up to the wedding. It was a build-up to the anniversary party. It was a build-up to the Impaler situation, which I thought was
Winterfest was
trash.
a little bit of a dud to me.
Huh?
Winterfest
Winterfest was
was
kind of
last
a
Oh
week.
dud
yeah,
to me.
Oh,
Winterfest wasn't a
Winterfest was a
dud.
We
dud.
was
But was
sharper
there
than them
really
for
a
the
storyline? I
Winterfest.
don't really look at that like I don't know. I don't look
The
at that as a major
gatekeepers out, they
storyline.
outdid them for the Winterfest. We were sharp. I don't
Yeah,
know
I'm
what
talking
they
about the
had.
major plot scenes that they had. So you had the wedding, you had the anniversary, you had the Impaler storyline. Now you got this whole storyline with Eva and the tornado situation. Those are the ones I'm talking about. And then you
Do
got the
y'all think
Bill
that
and
they dropped the
Haley,
ball with the
huh?
Impaler storyline? Y'all
Yeah,
think
they
that they
dropped
have
the
dropped the
ball.
Oh,
ball?
the
Yeah,
Impaler
that's what
Okay.
I said.
storyline
That
is
was
a
their bomb.
dud.
Yeah, that was
That's
a
a
dud.
dud.
That was an epic
But
fail.
you know what? I'll tell you one thing. I do not think that Joey's sister left town for starters. She didn't leave town, and I don't think she's really the Impaler. I still think there's some more nuggets hanging on that we haven't gotten all of yet.
Mm.
So I'm looking at that with a side eye. That ain't done yet because she did not leave town. I don't believe that for a second.
She left town and gonna come back. It's really one of those things. People catch flights all the time and be in and out of situations. And she probably did go back to London for a couple days.
I think she hiding somewhere in plain sight and she's watching. She's
Uh,
watching everything.
The real Impaler.
If she is, she need to come on and get Bad Bleach job together. Because if y'all gonna battle, go ahead and battle it out.
Oh, I'm so sick of Vanessa. Ugh,
Oh my
I'm
God.
totally over her. She just I mean, I was kind of trying to like her, but she's so needy and clingy and whiny. I mean, if I was a man, that'd be the kind of woman I'd be running away from. Always, oh God,
Did y'all like the crossover?
no,
yes.
You
Yeah, I
didn't?
I
did. I
didn't.
did.
I did not.
Mhm.
I liked it. I
I don't
wish
know
they
nothing
had
about
done
that
more with it, but
crossover.
I liked it. I did.
I did.
I didn't like the fact that Victor Newman snuck away and left it. But he really doesn't like his daughter. He don't care about her at all. He just jumped on the plane and just left her there.
they didn't give
Um,
us enough with that. I like the fact, they gave us a little bit with the guy in Haley, but if they would have gave us a little bit more and really had these people be like an impact in the show a little bit, it might have made it better. But those people
I think they
coming
gave
had
them. Sorry.
what? Oh, I was just saying I don't think they had any real type of impact in the storyline at all.
no,
I
they
think that
didn't.
what
But
they gave in
it was
reference to
nice
the
to see him.
correlation was too much. Like I would have loved for them to come in as characters and like you said, Bar mean something. I hated the them correlating different storylines because it just told me, oh, we copying this other soap, and I was like, what? Why would you tell me that? Like you basically just told me how the sausage gets made.
Yeah, them being there meant nothing. It did nothing to the show. It added nothing. I would have loved to had something meaningful with them coming, but it was just like, oh, we're here and la 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 la, and we're just in the mix with y'all. And then you had Haley kiss the bull, okay, and then that was it. Okay, time to leave. We're leaving town, and that's it. I
Okay,
need
so
more.
do you think there's going to be a nugget with Haley maybe going over to Y&R and making trouble with Kyle? Do you
If
think
they
they
do
opened
that,
the
it'll be
door for
cool, but
that?
I don't think so. Maybe once that Haley line and Bill storyline gets wrapped up, maybe, but I don't know. For now, I can't really see nothing headed that way.
And it
Clarifying question
Is Devon ever
is
going to
Young and
start
Restless
recording
where
Anita? Is he ever going to start
question real quick,
recording
y'all.
Anita's record?
Is Young and the Restless where Shamar Moore and Vivica are?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Shamar Moore is on there right now.
I'm shocked
But
they
they
didn't
didn't
bring
bring
them
him
over
over.
to Beyond the Gates. They should have brought them over.
No, they
Right.
couldn't. He was in the hospital. He was
Well, they could have
receiving
bought Vivica.
well, no, they couldn't because she's the doctor.
But
Okay, then bring
in
Oren.
Shamar is Malcolm,
Still got
right?
money.
Isn't that Lily's father, Shamar?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, the Vivica is the consultant doctor on Malcolm's case. Malcolm was in the hospital, so those two couldn't come over at that time.
Oh, okay. But I mean, I think they just this was a tease that I think they wanted to stick their toe in the water, and for the amount of
And try
people
to
that
get the
came over,
audience to cross over. Yeah.
Yeah,
they were
that's all it
sticking
was.
they were testing the water, but it was all right.
Because history shows that the black guy, he was there before the bald headed black guy, Devon. I think his name's
Devon,
Devon. Yeah, he
yeah.
was there before, and nothing really came about it. Like, I don't know.
But that's what I was just saying. How come Devon is not over here trying to make the record with Anita that he was talking about?
Remember,
Because
he did do the two other girls, and this time he's gonna do Anita with this
But
other
we haven't
Bob.
We
with
haven't seen that
Barbara's
on screen.
voice.
I think that's the problem. We haven't seen that
No,
on
we
screen.
no, we haven't
And
seen
I
it.
think that's also
And
why
it
we haven't seen an impact, because they haven't actually impacted the storyline. They have This has honestly just kind of been like very surface level. Oh hey y'all's faves is over here, and I think the Beyond the Gates audience is a little bit more discerning than that.
Mm-hmm.
but they opened up another door with this thing with Devon talking about doing this record with Anita, because remember he was talking about, oh, we can put Barbara's vocals on it. Big mistake, because that's going to get Leslie involved. So that's another little thing that they threw out there when the Articulates come back, if they want to do something with Barbara, and Leslie will be all up in that.
She got every
So
right to be
they
though.
they are they already dropped that nugget. That's going to happen.
Yeah, but she got every right to
Y'all
be.
mentioned this early on, and I don't want to like take us all the way back, but is anybody else struggling with Leslie's unlimited funds? I really
Me
need to
Yes,
too.
know what's the
yes,
number.
yes, yes. When is she ever going to run out of money?
I mean,
But
nobody.
see,
It's because nobody on the in the script is questioning it. I guess they know it's a lot.
they
I mean,
questioned
her
it at the
first
beginning a
dividend
little
check
bit.
was $1 million. Her
They
first check.
they questioned it at the beginning, and then Haley, not Haley, Naomi had mentioned something to her about her money running out or going to run out or whatever, but they don't really focus on it. Money is kind of like, I think, irrelevant there, or not as powerful as in real life, because I take it back to the Doug situation where Doug only owed 250 grand, and they made it seem like he was in the hole to Joey for millions. So
Well,
it just
Right,
seems like,
but she's building a house from the ground up in PG County. That's $1 million already, at least, and
yeah,
it's probably way more than that. She done dedicated a sports wing. She done
yep.
helped build a free
A
clinic.
clinic.
Those are multiple millions
He
of
bought a
dollars right there.
building.
She's shopping
but
nonstop. So
it's
that's
money.
my
But it's
point. I
money
get
it's money that's been building up and growing and being invested for years.
not
Yeah, but
that much though. Like it feels like she got $50 million, and that doesn't even track. Like I don't like that they have her operating with finances at the same level of the Duprees, because regardless of the money being built up maybe for the last 20 years, you would not now arrive with dividends that are equal to the person who built the trust. That's not how that works.
well, at a certain point, money is like relevant. So whether you got 500 million or you got a billion, you still kind of playing the same type of game.
I mean, how much money
So
do the Duprees have?
Once
Because
you
we
yeah,
up
don't know.
there though,
How much do the
Barbara, when you
Duprees
got
have?
10 million, it's a lot different than 100 million.
yeah, I think she got way more than 10 million, of course. What I don't get is the fact that she wasn't supposed to get all of the money. It was supposed to be payout over a period of time, and she's spending money that she hasn't even really laid her hands on yet,
That's
so to
because
speak.
what
And it's
they're
supposed to
living
go
off
to
of.
Barbara's descendants, and Eva is one of those. So why did we never have the conversation of what is Eva's payout from Barbara's trust?
It
Uh,
all went to her daughter.
yeah, was it to the descendants or was
I
it
think it was to the
It
next
said to the
descendant.
to the next
descendants. It said
descendant?
to the descendants of Barbara. I went back and watched it.
Huh. Well, ain't nobody getting no money but Leslie.
Yeah, yeah, because didn't Barbara had a sister or something like that in the
Yes, her
and
family
she
was getting it
died.
before. Her
Yeah,
other
all of
family
us.
Exactly,
was
and
getting it
she
before.
it
Now all
was
of a
down
sudden
to this
Leslie has
one
all of it.
sister, and once that sister died, they were trying to get a hold of Leslie to tell her you've inherited this
No,
trust, and
nobody,
she
no,
was avoiding the phone calls.
nobody was
She
getting the money. They couldn't find any descendants at first.
No,
They
no, no,
couldn't
no,
find.
no. At first, one of Barbara's sisters was getting the money,
Mm,
and that person died. I
I
mean,
gotta agree to
she
disagree. I don't think that happened.
passed away. It did.
I
Go
have to go
back
back
and
and check
listen.
it.
So
Yeah.
they kept calling Leslie because she was the last living person, and Leslie was avoiding the phone calls, and it was Eva that told her you need to take that phone call.
And if Barbara had a sister, I don't think she had a sister. If Barbara had a sister, why didn't Leslie go with Barbara's sister?
It was a sister aunt or something, but somebody was getting that
No,
money
Barbara gave her up.
before
Period. So
Leslie.
that's a mute question though, Var, because Barbara gave her up and like didn't want her. Period. So I would think that that would include like you can't come into my family if I'm going to give you to this
Yeah,
friend that I don't even know that well.
she did have a sister, and Leslie thought it was a bill collector's. Remember, for a long
Yeah,
time,
that's what I was
she
saying
wouldn't
because
even
they
answer
kept
the
calling
phone
and
call.
calling.
Yeah,
So Eva was the one that said to her, "I think you need to answer that phone call." And
Yes.
then when she answered it, of course, in her Leslie fashion, and that's when she was told that she had inherited this trust. But I agree that the inherited trust, she should not be moving on the same level as the Duprees, because just because she inherited a trust fund that Anita set up, that's wonky there.
If she got $100 million,
It
right?
would be like Kat having the same buying power as Vernon and Anita. That makes no
I
sense.
don't even know if it's the same buying power. I think it's the frivolous manner in which she's spending the money.
No, no,
If
we're
Leslie
talking
has,
about the
if
amount
Leslie
of
has a
money
hundred,
that she has.
yeah,
We're
but
talking about the overall amount of money that she
I get what
seems
you're
to have
saying.
this unlimited amount of money.
If
She
Leslie has
should
a,
not have the same kind of money that Anita and Vernon had.
I don't think she
It's not
does.
about what she's spending it on, Var. It's about the fact that they're seemingly not decreasing when she does spend it. I love that she's spending it,
But we
but
don't
part of her
know.
complication should come in of like she has to also manage it because it's not an unlimited fund.
I get what you're saying, but here's the thing: if she, like I said, if she has $100 million, right, and the Duprees have $1 billion, she's spending her money frivolously where the Duprees are not spending their money frivolously. So it's not the fact that they have the same buying power; it's just the simple fact that when you got like $100 million, yes, you can build yourself a house.
So you
Yes,
think
you
it's
can
more
go
about
and
what she's
donate
doing with
stuff to
the
a
money?
wing, different things of that nature. It's just the level of how much money she got.
So you
I
think
think she
because
got
of
more
how
than
she's
10
spending
million.
the money, that's what people are bothered about?
Say that again.
You think it's how she's spending the money that has people
Yes,
bothered?
it's how I don't think she has the same buying power as the
I don't
Dupree.
have a problem with how she's spending the money. I literally have a problem with the fact that it seems like the money is never ending. That's my
Well,
only
that's
issue.
All
but
right, so
That's
Erica, let's say she had a hundred
that
she's
is
million
my
dollars.
living off
problem.
dividends is what she's
Erica,
living off.
let's say
It's
she had
unlimited
$100
money
stacked
and it
up.
shouldn't be.
How would you feel about that? If she had $100 million,
If she
right?
had $100 million, right, and she built the sports wing at the complex for
Uh-huh.
$10 million, she invested $10 million into the free clinic. Her house
Uh-huh.
cost $5 million. That's a quarter of the money right there, and you still
Yeah.
have to live, retire on, and your daughter has to
No,
live
but
off
that
of
money
it.
is still
That becomes a
growing though.
different conversation. No, it
But
doesn't. It doesn't grow to that
it does
degree, and
grow.
she's spending it like crazy. Your
No,
money cannot grow once you spend it.
I get
So
no,
that's
I get
$25 million now that she's no longer getting interest on. That's my point.
no,
And
I
she's
get
not stopping.
yeah, I get what you're
And
saying.
my point is this: give us the number. If it's $100 million, great. Give us the number so that now the audience can also hold the writers accountable, so that she can't just go out here and buy a stadium tomorrow because girl, you only have $100 million.
Listen,
That's my point.
I get what you're saying wholeheartedly. And who's to say, next week they not going to say, Leslie, your money's running low? Who's to say next week they not going to have
They
the
taking too
conversation?
long to do
It
These
can
it.
happen at
financial
any
investors,
given moment.
somebody
It
gonna
can,
get fired because as
yeah,
financial investors, they usually don't let you just go
yeah.
through their money
Right.
like that. You got to
We
go
don't
to
have
them and
none of
say,
that.
I want to do
The
such and
only
so and so,"
person
and they tell you, "No, you don't get no more money till the 13th of next month, girl."
The
And
only
I'm gonna give you
person we
full
ever
context,
saw
Bar. I'm gonna give you
officially
full.
deal with Leslie was the very when she talked to that guy and he told her that she had inherited, well, somebody told her she inherited this money, and this man showed up and handed her a check. That's the only time we ever
Yeah, I
saw
know they dropped the
any
ball.
kind of
Bar,
financial anybody.
Bar.
So she doesn't have an advisor. She doesn't have anything. I wonder if she
And it's
even knows
all of it. It's all of
what
that.
is in her portfolio. She doesn't even know what she has. She's just spending money wildly. And one of the great payoffs for the audience, since she's not going to go for what she tried to do to Laura, one of our great payoffs would be to see her go broke.
Listen,
We just
So
seeing her
okay, real
spending
quick,
unlimited
that
money.
part, Bar. So I am in this moment. I am projecting my additional frustrations on Leslie because she has been a character that the writers have allowed to skate. It's almost as if none
yeah.
of her actions actually get any consequences,
That's what
including
I'm
this
saying.
money.
No payoff.
So like, okay, you get to try to unalive a girl. That don't work. You get to try to do it
I
again. You
agree.
still ain't in jail. You get to do this. You still ain't in jail, and you get $100 million, and the money never is. It's like, oh, you got $100 million, but like, girl, you really got $1 billion. Like, no. At some point, something or somebody needs to put up a fight to
Listen,
her. Ted ain't doing it. Nicole ain't doing it. The Duprees ain't doing it. If the
here's the
financial
thing.
advisor got to say, slow down, honey, because you ain't gonna have no money in
Yeah,
2 years.
here's,
Right.
here's the thing. I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I think they dropped the ball with the story writing because she was only supposed to get a certain amount of money each month or each quarter or whatever it was.
Yes.
And she's spending money. That's what I said at the beginning too. My problem comes in the fact that she's spending money that she's not even touching yet. It's like, how was she able to do
Yep.
everything that she did when they
Well,
gave her $1 million from the beginning? And she starts spending money all crazy at the beginning. My question is this: how is she getting into that trust and keep grabbing money out? They supposed to have her on a time period payout scale,
well,
and that seems like that's not
apparently
happening.
nobody does. She's not on any kind of payout. We saw one person hand her one
Yep.
check, and we know that a
And
million
that was like she
dollars,
got complete control
a
over it.
$1 million would not be covering all the things that she's buying and spending. So who is managing this money? Or if nobody is managing this money,
I
why
think
is it
these costs
not
in
gone
Fairmount
yet?
Crest cheaper than it does in the real life. I think, like I said,
No, I'm from Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore. This is
no, I
based
think
on PG County, and PG County is one of the
no, I
richest
think this is
counties in
based on a
America.
I think this is based on a fictional land, though. Fairmount Crest doesn't exist. It's a fictional
It doesn't
world.
exist. I'm telling you though, Var. Like I have the press
I'm
releases from when
playing,
it was
Eric. I'm
announced.
playing. Eric, I'm kind of
Okay.
playing with it. I'm kind of playing with it. I just say that to say once again the whole Joey situation. The fact that that bull owed $250,000, and they tried to make it seem like Doug owed millions of dollars to Joey was ridiculous. So they're valuing money to me, I feel, at a different scale than it is being valued at real life. That's all I'm trying to relay. Because that two
You don't
Well,
hundred
think
to
fifty thousand.
somebody, they're
$250,000
doing
is a lot?
everything different from real
No, two
life.
hundred fifty thousand dollars is not a lot of money to those people. Not a
That is
lot.
a lot of money to owe a
Not
casino. For one single person to owe a casino, that is a lot of money.
think about it. For his wife to risk it all, for Doug to bring his wife in, for her to launder money for Joey instead of just paying him 250 grand when them people got money. I don't think that was too much money to say, okay, I'm gonna pay this man and
Well,
get out of debt.
Vanessa did that
I think
because she
Doug could
liked
have
the
found that
thrill of it.
money.
It wasn't. It
No,
wasn't. I think. Okay, yes, they definitely could have gotten access to that money. They could have paid him. So it
that's
was
what I'm
more to it
saying.
than that. But I do still think that $250,000 is still a lot of money. Like,
No. To me, it is hell yeah, absolutely.
To anybody, it
I'm
is.
just saying what I mean by that is it's not too much money that I don't think Doug could have put his hands on to pay Joey back. It's not too much money that I don't think they could have sold something to get the money to pay Joey back. I
But
don't think he
but
would have put
you
his
got to
wife in
remember
that
that he was
position.
hiding it though. He was hiding it from her for a
But
long
it can't
time.
no, but they all sat down at the table to discuss the payment, John. And at that point, Doug shouldn't have let it get that far. Doug should have told his wife and put his hands on that 250 grand and paid Joey off. They made it
but
seem like the only option was for his wife to launder the money through her company. That's how they
but
made it seem.
but
And they made it seem that way
Vanessa
because
agreed
Vanessa
to that
wanted
because she
that.
liked the
No,
thrill.
And she
I'm
wasn't going
Vanessa
to
saying
help
liked
him.
that
no.
thrill. She
Hear me
liked
out.
the
Vanessa
No.
thrill.
was
It's not.
not going to her piggyback for that man, which is
No,
why
hear
he
me
should
out.
have
It
never
wasn't.
married her. But yeah, Vanessa was not going to give him that money.
No, what I'm saying to you is this. Doug personally could have laid his hands on 250 grand. I
For
believe.
sure. He could have
So
borrowed it
therefore,
from Ted and them. Yeah, for sure.
yes. So before it got to the point of even adding Vanessa in, Doug should have paid that man the
But that
250
was a
grand.
personal decision. That wasn't because he didn't value the 250 grand. That's because of his embarrassment. That's because of his addiction. It was because of other things, not because it wasn't a lot of money.
No, but I'm saying to let it get to that point where now you're having a discussion with my wife about laundering money through her company, it should never got to that. Even though Vanessa wanted it and she was down with it as soon as she heard it, it should never have got to that conversation. That's all I'm trying to say. It just never shouldn't have got to that point. He should have paid that thing off before, or even came to his wife and told her, like, yo, I need 250 grand. We need to make this happen. He made it seem like he owed millions of dollars, and our only way out of this situation is to launder the money through your company. I feel as though that was a bad writing move.
Well, while we're talking about the things that Doug shouldn't have did, he should have never married Vanessa to begin with, if you
Oh,
ask
that's a
me.
longer story. That's a longer story. Yeah, I don't even feel like getting into the racism of it all towards
Yeah,
the end
not
of the night.
tonight. It's 12:55. I'm about
Yeah,
to go.
the racism of it all.
7 minutes and 5 seconds, y'all.
Because a
I'm
lot
back
of my
to
people
that.
are racist,
Hey,
and I
Bobby Watson.
get it by right. Call it racist, call it what you want. We can't be racist because we're not the dominant race, but call it whatever you want. A lot of people have disdain against the other side that I don't fall in line with completely at all. But we can have that another day.
All right, Miss Erica Vane, thank you so much for coming over here, hanging out with us, and bringing all of your celebrity over here to the thing, girl. We appreciate
Oh,
you.
child.
And then
Thank
you
you for
know, at
having
any
me.
anytime you want to roll through an Arrrguh, girl, you come over here, because that's what we do on Friday night, eating Arrrguh, okay?
Yo, I love hearing you so irate and mad at this situation. I was watching you because you was talking about how you had to binge these shows, and I was off of your content for a little bit. And I checked in, I think last week, and you was snapping about these shows, and I found it highly entertaining. You was so passionate about it. I give you credit for
A
that.
lot of people do. A lot of people do. Everybody seems to love that I'm on here. So, hey,
And I
I'm
was
going to
also
stick with
mad
it.
at you because a lot of stuff you were saying I ain't agree with, and I was just cussing you out through my phone. You know what I mean? But some of the stuff I did agree with, so it was cool. So I was a little torn with your content, but yeah, you do a good job at what you do. I just wanted to give you credit for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna get ready to get out of here, you guys. Miss Lil, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight,
Thank you for having me.
and all of your commentary as always. E Daddy, thank you as well. He's
Good
muted.
night,
Thank
y'all.
you. Good night.
Good
Oh,
night,
you still with us,
Jasmine.
E Daddy? What? And Miss Jasmine, thank you for hanging out with us as well.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
Ciao.
also to VAR, thank you for hanging out with us as well.
No doubt. Anytime. Anytime. Have a
All
good
right,
one.
guys. All right, you all have a
Okay.
good night.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right, you guys, with that, we're going to get ready to get out of here. But before we do, I got two more pieces of business that I need to handle.
Say something else about Bill. Say something else. Did I tell you not to say nothing else about Bill? I'm gonna knock the stuffing out of you. Knock the stuffing out. I done told you don't say nothing about Bill over here. Don't say nothing to me about Bill. Say something else. Say something else.
Y'all thought y'all had slipped.
I'm
You
sorry,
thought
you're
you
gonna have to send a whole herd of cats down here because Bill is on the list.
he is on the list.
You're gonna have
I
to
ain't about
send a
to lie.
whole herd of
Bill
them, not
cutting
just
up.
one.
Bill cutting up. You hear me? Bill is cutting up. Belinda laughing. I know y'all thought I had let y'all slip and slide up through here. I heard what you said. Belinda laughing. Oh Lord. All right, y'all. All right, I'm gonna drop y'all down. All right. See you later, Miss Jasmine.
Okay.
All right. Let's see, do that one. All right, E Daddy, and thank you for hanging out. I'll talk to you next week.
Yep, same here.
All right. And Miss Lil, our resident lady, thank you so much for hanging out with us as well. Hello? Oh, wait, I think she's muted. Okay, well, thank you for hanging out with us, Miss Lil, and you have a great night. Okay. Woo, child, that was one for the books. Okay. I cannot sit over here gossiping with y'all all night and morning long. It is 12:59. It is a few seconds from being Saturday. June. Well, it's already Saturday. What am I saying? All right, it's a few seconds from being 1 a.m. But listen, we reached the end of another Friday night family feud and fish fry and argument. Thank you to our moderators, to our sponsors, to our members, our replay gang, and everyone who came up on the panel tonight. Thank you, panel, because you know what I'm gonna do. I'll sit over here and talk to myself on Friday night. And once more, I want to go through our sponsors and thank them again one by one. Miss Peggy, thank you so much for being one of our sponsors tonight. We know everybody's not able to do that, so I appreciate when you guys are able to do that. I appreciate that. So thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Ishante, for providing the panel, being open for everybody to enjoy. And we had ourselves a good time tonight. Also to Coretta J5V, thank you for stepping in and being one of our sponsors as well. You don't have to do it, and I appreciate the fact that you do. Also, Myrtle Tister, thank you as much. Thank you also for being one of our sponsors tonight for opening up the panel so that they are able to come up and talk with your super sticker. And also to Raven Maniac, who we have been missing, and glad to see you were here and giving us our rhymes for tonight. Thank you for sending a super sticker and for being one of the sponsors of the panel tonight. And also to Jasmine Williams, thank you also for your super sticker and also for coming up on the panel after helping to unlock it. And to Tiffany F., who had sent her sponsorship in way before things started tonight and said, this is for the family feud and argument tonight. Thank you so much for that. And to Rhonda Reed, thank you for being one of our sponsors tonight also and opening up the panel so that we can come over here and argue. And Rhonda's one of our most passionate people down in the comments section, and we love her for that. And to Arrrguh J, thank you also for being one of our sponsors tonight as well. All right, you guys. Well, that's what I wanted to tell you. Let me get back over here to the live comments so I can make sure I'm keeping up. All right, you guys. So I'm getting ready to get out of here. I will see you guys on Monday. Seems like we got a lot going on, but I'm going to do a live this weekend for the membership. And we're going to go behind the curtain and talk about what we think about behind the membership gates. Well, we're going to talk about what we really feel about some of the different elements of the show that we don't want to put out here because we are friends to the show and we don't want to do that. But we do want to have our say about the way we feel about some things, and we're going to do that in private. Okay, that's family business. That is membership business. Okay, so if you want to get in on it, you know what you got to do. You got to get you a membership. You said membership. You got to get you a membership if you want to be back there with us whispering. And because see, we out here just gossiping with y'all. We be back there whispering.
What's the password?
Gatekeepers.
I slide it.
Welcome to Membership Island.
And whatever happens in the membership stays in the membership. So, shh, tell them, Richard. Let me in here. All right. Thank you very much. And Miss Kiki also became a member. Thank you, Miss Kiki, for becoming a member, which also meant that you were one of our sponsors for tonight as well. So thank you, Miss Kiki, for becoming a sponsor this Sunday. I don't know if it'll be earlier than this time. It'll be sometimes like early evening, late afternoon, that we're going to have us a little meet up behind the fence. But I will put that up ahead of time so that you guys get it and we can talk about some of these things. And I'm always like, nah, don't say that out here. Don't say that out here. So VAR, all of y'all, you better be ready for Sunday. We're going to come in here. We're going to talk. We're going to get a little gossip in. Well, we're going to share a little family tea. We're going to share a little family tea. And if you want to be back here sipping on the tea, you got to get you a membership teacup, which means you got to get you a membership. So Miss Kiki says she ready. Mrs. Kiki says she ready. She ready to come in, sip, and get to talking and whatnot. All right. So that's that, you guys. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Thank you all again for tuning in, for listening, for being bothered. Listen, Beyond the Gates is the show, but the gatekeepers, we are a family over here, and that's what really matters. Okay. So if you like to gossip about the Duprees and you like to be up on Friday night and argue before you go to bed, get your blood pressure up or down, whichever it do for you, then you come over here and hang with us every Friday evening. We are over here getting that in. All right. Now, listen, as I always tell you, I do hope that you're having a great day. But if not, remember that there's still some time left. I mean, this day only got a couple of seconds in it. I mean, a couple of minutes. So you got plenty of time to turn this around. Honey. Go to bed, dream something good, eat you a cookie, do something make you feel good before you go to bed, okay? And I will talk to y'all later, all right? Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. All right, gatekeepers, bye.
Okay, that's it for today. They're closing the gate, so I've got to close this door until tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.